Going
There we
live.
go. Now let me get the race music, obviously race sound going. But we are live. Hello, everyone. And what you just saw there, obviously, was the ad for the sponsor of the race, obviously being that it's Garth Griswold's brother from No Creek Farms, obviously putting out that map in Loma, Montana. Obviously, as the sponsor for the Iowa Corn 250 here, as you do see that they're going to be starting qualifying here. If I can get us down maybe onto the gold track, if it decides it wants to actually, show the thing, that'd be great, but I don't know where my other is. Okay, I gotta get the thing to actually show. Let me go down to some people here, but we do have people obviously out on the track, looks like now, so go, there we go. Okay, we got Sam Bennett obviously, but yeah, this is the Iowa Corn 250, powered by a good old well, it says ethanol, but it's actually powered by No Creek Farms. Like I said, the guy obviously is the maker of that wonderful ad you saw for a Farming Sim 2022 map that Garth Griswold's own brother is making. So, and also note to everyone that I also have to change those laps. Ignore that. That's incorrect, apparently. I forgot to change that part. I knew there was something I forgot. It is actually going to be...
Russell, you are fired.
No. I thought I had everything going good, so...
Well, Sam Bennett's having a little trouble out there, and he just crashed for the second time during his qualifying run. So
I do wonder...
I think he's going to be starting in the back.
Yeah, I wonder, has he started any laps yet, I wonder?
Yeah, I believe he started his laps, and he just had a tough time. Now, this track is a lot of fun. It really is. But it's not fun in these cars. Not to me, anyway. I really struggle at this track with just these Cup cars, to be quite honest with you. And I've run just about every type of car that you can on this track this past week before my steering wheel broke. But I love this track. It's going to have a lot of action, a lot of passing, multiple lanes, turns 1 and 2, multiple lanes in 3 and 4, but not everybody's car can do it.
Yeah. And also, sorry, I was going to say, go ahead there.
So it's going to be, pit strategy is going to be big. I think that turns 3 and 4 is going to be where a lot of your passing is going to be, and I think turns 1 and 2 are going to be where a lot of our cautions are going to be tonight. So, Austin, it's going to be interesting. It's a fast track. 250 laps here are going to go by pretty quick.
It is a very small track, so yeah, I mean, it is it's less than a mile, so...
I believe it's like 0.6 of a mile or something like that.
As you can see, right there on the track length, it says 0.89 miles. So yeah, it's
there you go, just under a mile.
Yep. The track temp is looking to be about, what is it? Track temp's I think about 99 degrees, while the air temp is 86 degrees. But another thing as well to everyone to let them know, Mr. Garth, he made this a bit of a interesting race tonight, even though this is still a points race. All that is still up for grabs. And all the championships, everything like normal. He made this a money race tonight. There's about $60 in total up for grabs tonight, with about $30 going to first place, second getting 20, and third getting 10. But there's also another thing to spice things up a bit, as I don't believe we've ever had a fan favorite win a race so far this season. So Garth said, why not go ahead, put some pressure on Mr. Uberman, and say if this man wins the race as the fan favorite, he'll take the whole dang $60 pot.
It's all in the hands of the Uberman, and we've been waiting for the Uberman to break through. There's a couple of guys on that team, Uber Motorsports, that have been really quick all season long. They haven't had the best of luck. But, Uberman, tonight, you could be taking tomorrow off with an extra $60.
That's true. But yeah, we're seeing some people. Let me get this out of the way here, as we have had some people doing qualifying times here, and
Let's see what we have for qualifying times. And right off the bat, Mike Burnett,
taking that top. Yep.
24:04.
But
And look who's behind him. Look at in fourth place, the 00, Mr. Griswold himself with a 24:11. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Look at how tight those first bunch are.
We got, so once it lets me populate the grid, we can get you the grid here. But yeah, we got Mike Burnett and Thomas Wolfe, a back road bandit, front row lockout there. I know that we don't want to talk about them too much, but hey, they locked out the front row to start. And then we have gold, Mr. Frenchman himself, Paul Mézières there in third with Garth, the sponsor of the race, in fourth.
That's right. Starting in fifth is another guy we've seen come across very fast lately, Alan Phillips, who's been fighting for the front. And a little guy called Nathan Campbell, who's also known to be pretty fast around certain tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Starting behind them is Xander Short and Steve Carlisle.
And then after that, where is it? We have Mr. Cory Mott himself and Zack Saunders rounding up the top 10 with Vince Mitchell Rabbit himself and Cody Leach rounding out the top 12. And then after that, there he is in 13th, Mr. Uberman. I believe. Wait, let me go back up. Let me see. Yeah, we have a 11th, 12th, and 11th, 13th, 14th position starting for the Uber Motorsports team with Justin Bell right beside Caleb there.
Yeah, and one guy starting that 12th spot, Cody Leach. This is a track that I think he's going to do well on. He's going to be my pick tonight.
I believe I saw him doing some officials earlier, and he mentioned that he was in a race with Mr. Conti himself, the man that owns, obviously, the Team Conti. He was in a race with him, and I believe either he beat him or he stayed on the lead lap and did not get passed by Mr. Conti himself. So that's interesting.
That's pretty awesome. Starting in 15th, we have Mr. Joe, the Donut Man right himself. Nick Vasquez starting 16th. Starting 17th, Brian Messer.
I believe that is a new name. Messer. I believe that's a new name, actually, as well.
Yeah, that's a new one. We're going to have to work on that one. Ben Larson, who's been very fast in a bunch of different series this year. Kind of surprised to see him starting back in 18th spot. Behind him, Henry Kalhoff, another newcomer to the club. He's from the Midwest. Richard Chirri, another new
name,
Florida.
Florida. And then we got
we're gonna have to talk to these guys, get some pronunciations on this name. The next one, Papa Mott himself, Chris Burnham, Brian Taft, Mac Fabini, and is that all we have tonight? Is 24?
No, we have Zach Johnson, Karen Mile, Jonathan Leger, and Tommy Carroll Jr., Thomas Vlano, and then I believe that's it because I don't. Oh no, we have Sam Bennett as well. We do have Sam Bennett as well, but obviously Gordon is not in here because he is our race control. But just wanted to run through that quick because obviously this is a small track, so these guys will get to that start a lot faster. So we had to make sure we got through that grid as fast as possible to make sure we could get in time.
Good to see Cameron Romano back inside a race car. He came up a couple of weeks in the booth, absolutely nailed it. We better see him again later on this year in other series in the broadcast booth. He did an awesome job, and wish him the best of luck tonight. Go get him, kid.
But I believe, let me go back to TV1. I believe, if I go back to the front here, the lights are off on the pace car. Where's that star cam that I have? Because I'm having to go off with some other ones. Nope, not there yet. All right, cool. We'll see the pace car hopefully drop off here soon, and we can get started here as we just saw him drop off, and we are going to go green.
Green.
Still not, look at that. Late start for both those guys. I didn't think he was ever going to wave the green flag. And now comes the chaos. Turn one at Iowa. Hold your breath, folks. This is going to be a tight one.
As they come wide out of that turn right there. Oh, listen to the sound of those cars. And they make
there we
it
go.
through and out of 4. And off we go. Let me go ahead and get that. No, we're doing the ticker actually, I think. No, never mind.
Nice to see them make
We'll
it green through the first lap. As you can see at home, there are multiple grooves here. You can run all over the place. Right now, at the beginning of the race, you're going to see these guys get into that single file lane. You might have a little battle here and there, but these guys just going to start clicking off laps, and it's going to go quick. The fireworks are going to be in that last 50 laps.
Let's see. We got Xander Short. He snuck his way. Actually, he kind of made some position moves, and now he's sitting right up there behind Mike in that 38.
Yeah,
oh wow,
Xander
the
Short.
38 and the 39. How fitting.
Not surprised to see that happen. We've seen it before. Xander Short's had some bad luck. Really surprised. We need to see him in the winner's circle. He's another guy that, the bad luck has been biting a lot of these front runners, and they run real hard in the front at the beginning of the race. They run awesome, and then they get snake bit. So we're not going to mention any full names tonight because of the broadcaster's booth, mainly my point. So I might just call out numbers instead to keep these guys. But one number we need to watch, he's now in 11th spot. That's 69 car, the guy who can win it all.
Yeah, and I do believe... Oh, we do have a caution. Oh, I'm seeing it here. It looks like it might have been Mr. Leger, looks like. But as I was going to say before this caution came out, Xander has won a race, though, Bill. So,
excuse me.
So Xander...
We've got this... We've got the pollen up here in the northeast. Mr. Ledger just
his
kind of
car just got loose there on him, yeah. No one got caught up in it. Luckily, it was just him. But, yeah, I hate to see it because he does have a... if we go and look, you'll see he has a nice modified car now, as you can see there. But Caleb is up into 10th now from that. But as I was saying, that Xander has won a race, so he's at least locked in.
You know what? One thing about Caleb, too.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what's going on. He knows he can win it all. I think you're going to see him just try to stay in the top 10 this whole entire race. He's going to try to stay clean. He's not going to race too hard.
Yeah.
But at the end of the race, that's when he's going to pour it on. And this is going to be a fun race.
Now, you also do have to remember as well that the stages here are 75 and 150. So even though, the laps are going to click away fast, they really are obviously going to need to get those stage points more closer to that 75. But, we already went through 7 laps before the caution. So, yeah, the laps are definitely going to click away, that's for sure.
This is a track where you really need to take care of your tires. And you start heating up that right front, you get the wrong setup, it's going to affect the first 150 miles for you on this racetrack. Once the track starts cooling off, if the sun goes down and it becomes a night race, you're going to see the times increase dramatically. You're going to see the speeds increase, and it is going to be fun to watch.
Oh, for sure. I'm going to see if I can maybe get a little bit lucky here. Because I know this is a small track, so maybe I can pull a bit of luck on this and get some higher quality on this if we can, maybe. Because it being a small course, it doesn't have to do as much, so maybe we can get lucky and show you guys a little bit more of the cars as well while we're in this caution here. Plus, the caution laps will tick away fast, so I gotta kind of be fast about this. do some changes fast, basically.
Austin, did your dad get his new super duper full motion setup yet?
Oh, we're doing no. What's up?
He was
exactly.
bragging how he spent a ton of money on this brand new setup. He just didn't want you to tell your mom. So I just wondered if he got it yet.
Mm-hmm. No, not sure about that one. I'm not sure. That would be a question for him.
Well, we'll find out if they're watching.
Which they probably are.
Let us know in the comments, Mr. Runkle, if your wife found out you spent $8,000 on a new setup yet. So just let Let us know.
I do know this, Bill. I got him to do some of the not the Super Saturday stuff I do, but the stuff of that same nature. I had him do a truck race at Talladega with me on Friday night. Or was it Sunday? Sunday, I think, something like that. He survived and ended up only a lap down and was 27th out of 50 plus people in the trucks at Talladega. And that was probably only his second time in the trucks, third time at Talladega.
And one of those races that you do like that,
where
you're lucky to survive.
Yeah, you know that race also had 3 pit laps where we had to go down pit road at full speed, and he survived every single one of them. So
that's pretty
and
awesome.
It's weird getting the choose cone here. You see a lot of guys looks like they're going down to the bottom. Maybe let me move up to the front and we'll see. No surprise, we have Mike and Xander locking out the front, obviously, with Paul on the outside and Alan on the inside. And then Thomas going outside, and is that Cory? That's Cory on the inside there.
Yeah, and you know what? The guy in the catbird seat in the third spot, Paul Maziere, where he is starting this race, that's the best position I think you can get. You're going to get a good, clean start, and you're going to be able to use that little higher lane going into 1 and 2, and you're going to be able to keep that momentum. And he's almost going to get a little draft off the car in front of him. So watch for those 2 guys on the outside, those 2 front starters there. Watch for them to pull out in front of the other 2. And that's going to be the leaders of this snake we're going to watch go around Iowa. And as we start with the green flag right off the bat, you see him taking that little higher lane. Paul's going higher on the outside. Just can't get the momentum. I don't know if he got a little slippery. But as you see, he's gone and he's trying to keep up with them, but those first 2 cars are the ones that actually got away. So, prove me wrong again, boys.
Oh, there we go. Oh, looks like Mike had gotten a little squirrely there, but he's fine. But Paul does have I believe that's Alan Phillips that was right behind him, but Alan is now elected to try and go to the inside of Paul and see if he maybe can get, well, no, he was going to maybe get a pass, but decided against it.
Yeah, but I don't really like that bottom line too early in the race. That's where you seem to really burn up your tires. But these guys are a lot better racers than I am, and you know what? They're going to set up their cars for where they need to be. These guys are going to actively make adjustments in their cars every pit stop to make sure that they adjust their car to race the track. That's what you need to do at Iowa. You're not necessarily racing the guy in front of you this early. You're racing the track, trying to survive to the end of this race where you're really going to need to, because the track temperature now is not going to work.
Xander can really lose there.
Xander was, man, he was shaking, rocking, and rolling right there, and he's lucky that he didn't get run over by the cars in front of and behind him. And that was Paul who stayed off of him, so kudos to him for being able to check up right there. That was a scary situation. Right now, you're starting to see that outside lane is working a little bit better for the cars. The cars down low just can't get that speed coming up off the corners. As you see Paul on the outside really fighting. And now he's starting to bring, I believe, Cory Mott around him behind him. But this time, Cory Mott.
Actually, Cory's all the way back there. Who was right behind him is actually Mr. Wolfe. He was right behind Paul there on the outside.
Oh, I thought that was Cory Mott. Yeah,
yes, no, Cory's this monster #1 right here, which for some reason is not showing the right thing down there. I don't know why, but weird.
Oh, there he is. And you know what, Mr. Wolfe, we've talked about him a lot this year. Has been very fast, and he's going to be a contender for this championship. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
And if you look behind him, you have Cory Mott now with that monster car, and then the 7 car, Mr. Carlisle. He has been very tough the last couple of weeks, and this track, I think, kind of fits his style just a little bit more. So keep an eye out on him. Now, I quickly mentioned Cory Mott. Cory Mott is a master at saving tires and just saving your car. Now we have a caution.
Not the Uberman. Not the Uberman. Oh, wait, but is he
Oh
fine?
boy!
Does it? No. Okay, he just locks up. Okay, he's fine. Nothing got
All
hit.
right,
He
here
just
we
locks
go.
up. Okay, that's fine. I mean, yeah, he lost
That
positions,
stuff.
but he hit nothing. He just locked up. That also does kind of kill his tires a bit. But again, he didn't hit anything. He's probably glad he didn't hit
Extremely important.
anything. I mean, he's not happy
Extremely
they lost
important.
positions, but
Yeah, but you know what though? A couple of pit stops, couple little bit of strategy, and he's going to be right up front.
oh, for
It is
sure.
far from over for him. We're not even at lap 20 yet, so not a big deal. Little bump in the road, but you know what? You're going to watch that guy get right back up to the front.
I mean, yeah, like I said, the fact that he didn't hit anything, he just locked up and kind of slid. That's it. Like he didn't hit the wall. He didn't touch anything back. That's it. So now that probably will be an IC on him though, as that is a self spin. So that will definitely force him to be at the end. That is for sure.
Well, one thing about Iowa, coming
Hmm.
off the corners, especially turn two, is extremely slippery. It always has been. If you like that higher line or even coming up the track, there's a very fine line to where it's too far up the track and where you're actually going to stick to the track. And if you're just a hair off of that stripe, then you're going to loop it. So look for turn two right there. Look for that to be a problem in this race too. You're going to see a lot of guys spinning off that corner. But you just saw the Uberman, turn 3 and 4. It's the same deal. It's you really have to pedal the gas. You really have to just ease on it to get out of the corners here.
Yeah, yeah.
This
So
is this is my favorite track in the ARCA cars. I really love this track in ARCA.
well, I mean, I can understand why, but I haven't done too much of Arca honestly. But let me see. I'm trying to look for anyone else here. Newcomer Richard, he's all the way up here in 10th. He's moved 10 positions up so far.
Richard Chirri. That's what we're going to call him, Mr. Chirri. I like it. We're probably pronouncing it wrong, but it just sounds good.
We'll do this since we do have a lot of cars obviously on the field. I will go and change to that there. I am curious.
Richard, he's just out there. Rich is just out there. You know what? It's his first race. He's making a name for himself, already up there in 10th position. But he's holding his own, has no problem. Obviously knows his way inside of a race car. And if you look at his times, he's running some lap times that are right up there with the leaders, and they're very consistent. So keep an eye on that 27 car tonight.
I mean, you can see right there, obviously, that a lot of his times were, yeah, roughly. So it doesn't show exactly how I'd like to there, but whatever.
I met probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in NASCAR. I was down at Tri-State Motor Speedway, and I bumped into Jeremy Mayfield. And if you remember Jeremy Mayfield back in the early 2000s and stuff, he had his troubles, and it's a really good story on how he got his way out of it and how he worked his way back. And it was really good to see him back on the track. Super nice guy, extremely approachable, and was just so great to the fans. And he was very grateful for the support he received. So look up the Jeremy Mayfield story and just know he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet at the racetrack.
And let's run through this here and see. We got. Oh, this time Xander elected to actually go outside behind Mike, letting Alan Phillips take the inside line. I think Xander's realized the best bet for him probably is to line up with the fast car, obviously, and take off in that regard.
What I like about the outside is this track. Momentum is everything, and you can keep the momentum a lot better on that higher line. So maybe his car is working that way right now. The track is still hot. So
it's cooled down a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, so this track is definitely going to get faster later on. So here we go, getting ready to start lap 24, and man, what a jump that outside lane just got.
Wow, I mean, we're already going
Mike,
3 wide there. You can kind of see what we did for a bit.
yeah, Mikey Burnett, he just said, "See you later," and this is a track where you can go 3 wide. Wouldn't recommend it, but you know what? People do it, and you can get away with it. It's not that difficult.
If you can
Just
all
hope
hold
you
the
have a good
line, then
monitor.
yeah, go ahead and go 3 wide if you all can hold the line. That's the way I see it. So
Xander Short is looking really good. His line that he is using right now looks very comfortable to him, and he's not trying to race to catch up to anybody. I think he's just hitting his marks, getting into his rhythm, and just letting fly. Now we got the 5-car Alan Phillips. He's battling. He's got that white car behind him. I didn't quite see the number on it. Is that the Reiko car right there?
That's Mr. Wolfe. Yep.
Well, it's Mr. Wolfe. Those two have been battling back and forth the last couple of laps, and that 5-car is another one. He's looking really strong. He is a newcomer. He's been in a few races. He's raced with these guys, and he's starting to shine a lot more than we've seen the last couple of races. But it's good to see Mr. Phillips getting into his groove and getting comfortable here in this league.
Indeed, indeed. Let's go and move back a little farther. Let's see. Yeah, we got Paul, who's right there behind Thomas. We got Cory and Steven battling there, looks like.
Yeah, those two great drivers. But remember, Cory Mott is not trying to race right now. He's just saving. And, he's a sneaky one, that guy. Cory Mott he'll just sit there and he'll act like not a big deal. And you think you're going to get around him. Then all of a sudden you can't get around him. And he makes you burn up your stuff. And he does it by saving his stuff. So I know that 7-car wants to jam into the back of the 1-car, but knows he can't. But that's what Cory Mott does to you. He just frustrates you. Great driver, glad to see. But look at that top 10, too. Look who we have in 10th spot right now.
Mr. Cody Leach.
Back. Yes, sir. Cody Leach has moved his way up a couple of positions, getting comfortable. Starting to move up here and there, and right in front of him is that 27 car.
He's actually kind of sandwiched by the 2 newcomers. He has Richard in front of him and Brian behind him. Brian's trying to go on the outside of Cody, actually, so we'll see how that goes for him. But right next to Mr. Vasquez.
Behind them, they see that 22 car, Nick Vasquez. And, what can you say about Nicky Boy, man? He, sometimes he gets a little loud in the chat rooms, but he can back it up. The kid's been impressive. I'm digging him, man. He's been flying up through the field, just kind of taking his time. Would not be surprised if you're going to see him the last 10 laps being in the top 3. Keep an eye on that 22 car. That's a dangerous car at this track.
And right behind them is Mr. Justin Bell in that Twin Peaks plaid-looking car there. But I mean, we just keep going back. We got Mac Fabney behind him, and now obviously Mr. Griswold himself. In that
Mr. Griswold.
Looks like corn.
Looks like Mr. Griswold is just taking his time as well. He's just setting himself up. There's only 33 laps in this race. He knows that. He's just trying to stay clean. And he's fast here. We saw how fast he was in practice and in qualifying. So he can get it done.
Indeed. And right behind them, Mr. Mitchell himself. And then there's our buddy Cameron. He's up 9 positions into 17th.
Really not surprised. He came in the booth to help us out, said he just needed a little break, and man, it's looks like he's been recharged like the Energizer Bunny, coming up 9 positions. I think he just got another one, so hoping to see him in the top 5 at the end of this thing, and it would be nice to see one of us announcers get a good finish.
Yeah. And then, not to talk about him again, but he's moving on up again. Caleb's only down 8 spots.
If you notice, I haven't called him by the name that we always call him by. 69 car is moving forward. I told you that, that spin he had was not a big deal.
Wait.
He's just going to come through. And
Does he have?
if
Wait,
the,
does
if,
he have corn on the front of his? Wait, I think he does. He has corn around the Lowe's logo on the hood. That's funny. That's funny. It's yeah, as you can see it right there. He's got it on the hood and then on the tail of his car. That. I love seeing people making schemes that are fitting to the race. I love it. And the thing is, it's still his same scheme, just fitting for Iowa. That's all.
And you look who's in front of him. You like paint schemes. So there he is right behind him in that 56 car, Tommy Carroll.
Oh, wait, where is he?
Always brings
there he
a
is.
crazy-looking race car every week. So keep an eye on that car, too. He's been getting better and faster each week.
I believe that's the
Kind of
16
struggling
of
with it in practice,
Mr. Campbell just passed him there.
Yeah, well, he struggled in practice, but he seems to be doing a lot better now, a lot more comfortable on the track. So glad to see him moving forward. Nathan Campbell, he's another announcer. He's out there moving forward as well. And we're going to have to come out with a team, the Broadcast Booth Motorsports or something like that for everybody who comes up in the broadcast booth, because we got some guys out there right now that are doing pretty well, and Nathan Campbell's one of them.
I'm going to go back a bit because we missed it, but there was a pass that Xander did make on Mike to take the lead from him, looks like. Let me get a bit of a better camera here, maybe. And it looks like, they were going around this turn here, and it looks like Xander had just the line on the inside, and eventually he was able to pass Mike completely there and take the lead.
And that's pretty impressive, because usually the lower line is...
And now he's just running away with it.
Look
at that. He's just running away. He's over half a second ahead of Thomas, who's now in second.
But he's just running away.
I mean, it looks like he lost a little bit of that, though, but otherwise he is essentially running away, but doesn't look like Thomas is going to let him get away that easy.
Now, when this track cools off, there is a top line. You see one guy right there trying the top line. He's not in the wall. There is a line up there, and it does work, and it works pretty well. The only problem is there's a massive bump. Oh, wow. That was...
Thomas
I thought we were
had
going to have
him.
another caution.
Oh! Xander's got a little loose and smacked up into the wall, but that's good for Thomas, because I believe Thomas has the run on the inside. He's going to do exactly what Xander did to Mike, maybe, but they are side by side right now.
Yeah, Tommy Wolfe, I think, got sick and tired of watching these guys lead the races, and he just said, step aside, boys, I'm coming up.
And he made the pass. There we go.
Not surprised to see the 94 back in the front of any race. We've seen him lead a bunch of times, and he's extremely fast everywhere we go. So there's about 10 cars that can win this race without any problem, and it's going to be a battle. We've gone a bunch of laps green. Now we're up to lap 44.
About to be 45.
Closer to that stage.
And now we're on 45 there, yeah. But let me go back to, there we go, that one. Let's look back a bit, because it does look like, I don't know what happened to Mike. He did kind of drop back a bit, but he could also be playing the safe game. He might just be thinking, I'm just going to coast back here maybe and kind of save a bit, and like you said, obviously maybe not run too hard here at the beginning and just kind of wait till we get closer to 75 and then put the pedal down basically.
Well, this is a track that does not have that much grip when it's hot. Once the sun goes down, this track gets fast, and he could just be sitting back and just waiting, and he knows how to win a race. We've seen him win quite a few of them, and if this race goes green the way it's going, he might actually get to bed before 4:30 in the morning.
I'm talking about I mean, that's also technically, I guess, true for Paul as well, actually. But with him being the French man, obviously, and he is actually in France right now, obviously. So,
Well, I have a little announcement. I am going to actually try and meet the Flying Frenchman in person next April. I'm going to be going over to Europe, doing some time over in Italy. Going to be going to the Imola Race Speedway, possibly driving in a Lamborghini around the track a few times. And I might take a day trip over to France, and you can actually do that in Europe for about $40. Anywhere in Europe for $40 on an airplane. Give me a break, right? Well,
yeah.
that's how it is. So we'll see if we can get that together. I think that would be kind of cool. So we'll see what happens.
And that also talking about with how Paul's racing in this, that just is one of the other beautiful things about iRacing that we have people, obviously pretty much everyone else is from the US here in this race and in this league usually, but we have Paul, who obviously he's in France, he's not in the US like everyone else, but yet we get to have him out on the track with everyone else racing. And that's just obviously kind of how it is with a lot of races in real life too. Obviously, where we have people that are not from the U.S. that are racing on it, but it's just it's one of the beautiful things about iRacing is it lets that happen also virtually too, where we have people that are in the same neck of the woods.
And what's amazing that even in Europe, with all the different types of racing that they have in Europe, where there's open wheels, kind of just
IndyCar, F1, F2, all that.
Yeah, you have Paul, who has been a lifelong NASCAR fan. Grew up with his dad watching NASCAR. I think that's pretty wild in France. So I don't care. I like watching him race, man. The guy's fast. And behind him, he's being chased by Cory Mott, not one car. The captain of deception right there, Cory Mott, with the beautiful head of lettuce I am so jealous of. He's sitting back, but if you notice, Cory Mott's times are very, very consistent. A lot more consistent than most of the other drivers. So he's just kind of just hanging there, not a big deal. And he's going to let these guys race hard, and he's not going to push it. He's just going to run his line and do his thing, and then at the end of this race, he's going to be battling. And I believe he won last night in the other series.
Did he win in Nextel last night? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I didn't get home till super late, so I missed it. But
I haven't gotten to follow that too much, so I would only know that if I was able to follow that stuff a little bit more. But I can't follow every single series we've got in this league, so.
Yeah, and who's that in the 25? He's running way up high there. It looks like he has significant damage to the front of that car.
The 25?
I thought it said 25. He was that car that just got lapped by everybody.
You talking about 28?
Oh, is that what it is? 20. Oh, Jonathan Ledger. That's
He's still got his damage from that one incident he had where he spun. But to go back up to the front, Thomas is running away right now.
Yeah,
if you look over at that tower, he is. Yeah, if you look over at the tower, he is gone.
Now, is he testing right now? Is this a test run for him? It seemed like he just kind of held back for a little bit, and then when we got closer to the end of the stage, he just all of a sudden showed up to race big time. Now, is he practicing for the end of the race? Is he testing to see how many laps he can run hard before they really wear off towards the end? Because that's what it's going to come down to in the end, fresh tires.
Yeah,
you can save a set of tires, you're going to be in good shape, but Tommy Wolfe is just saying, see you later.
They do have 5 extra sets as well for tonight.
Yeah.
So they have obviously the 6th set that is currently on all of their cars, and then 5 more. Yeah,
did you just see who that was way up
high
right there?
Sam Bennett, I believe.
Yeah. Yep. He had a tough start to this race, and even in practice and qualifying, rather, he just couldn't get the handle on the car. This is not an easy. Out of all the cars to drive, these cars are the worst for me on this track. I
Yeah.
cannot figure these cars out. So he's hanging in there to the end, but you know what? Zack Saunders, he's another one.
Oh, we have
He's
Xander
been
coming into
running some
pits.
consistent times. There you go. Here comes Xander Short for pit stops.
Wonder why Xander's coming in. Could he be doing the old? Well, no, it's not close enough to do the old stage flip. I mean, we're still on lap 60,
No, I don't.
so I want to see what this man does because I'm curious as to why he's coming into pits here. It does baffle me a bit. Let me. Where's the zoomed in? Let's see what this man does. Does any of his tires go up?
No, I'm wondering if he hit the wall or something and he's getting damage fixed.
Um.
Why else? Why else would you be in the pits this long unless he had some type of a penalty? Huh. We're going to have to find out, and we're going to have to ask him next caution what just happened. So, unfortunate break for him, but back up front, Tommy Wolfe is starting to get into a little bit of traffic here, and hopefully these guys are smart enough not to race the leader hard. There's no reason for it. I get the fact that you don't want to go a lap down, but there's no need to. And as I
That's
say that, the
Mr.
car goes
Taft,
real
actually.
high. Yeah, Mr. Taft just giving him plenty of room to get
Which-
underneath him. Great sportsmanship right
Well,
there.
I think also the fact that Ryan Taft, he did say he went off on a trip recently, and he did strain, I believe, his right ankle. He said, I believe. So, if he uses that ankle or that foot for obviously his gas pedal, then he might be wanting to just play every bit of safe he can right now, so it's not not aggravate that, and also just not be a nuisance as well.
Yeah, he could be struggling already with pain from that because I can definitely say that I would not want to be in his shoes with an ankle sprain or something like that, trying to paddle the throttle. Forget about it. But now we see the 22 car going way up high right there.
Mr. Vasquez.
Is he trying that out?
Maybe.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't the 22. I saw another black car in the back. I thought it was Nick Vasquez, but it wasn't. But Nick's the type of guy
Was it Ben,
that...
maybe? Not sure.
No, I don't think it was. But Nick Vasquez is the type of guy that would go way up high. He'd use that third lane and make it work. Who's that in front of them that's doing that?
I mean, you think maybe it was a Cory?
Oh, you know who it was? That was the Jonathan Ledger in the 28 car again with the damage. That's who it was. Trying to stay out of everybody's way.
Yeah.
There's Paul and Nick. Yeah, and there's Alan Phillips. Alan's just, again, these guys are all preparing right now for the end of this race. You can just tell they're not really racing hard with anybody. They're just trying to stay clean. And
we're already up to lap
right
67
now,
though.
Lap 67, and the temperature is still dropping. But, man, these guys are praying for the lights to come on and that sun to go down.
It's staying about 97 right now. It did go up a little bit, then went back, or went down a little bit. Now it went back up.
Ooh, that's not what they want to hear.
But only by a couple degrees, like
is.
2 degrees.
Caleb's still out there struggling a little bit.
I don't know if he's struggling, more so that he's just kind of playing. He's just kind of driving around. I mean, he's 2 positions off from stage points. I think he's just trying to not get himself in a wreck. And if he gets positions, he gets positions. I don't know if he's really pushing too hard, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he maybe is trying to ride off the back of someone like Xander right now to see if maybe he can push Xander and get positions as a result as well. But Xander is technically a lap down from that pit stop he took. So the only people standing in Caleb's way right now is Richard. But
I don't know how how hard is Caleb really going to fight him? He's just going to kind of wait for him to screw up a little bit,
I,
maybe drift too high,
well,
enter the corner, and that's what he's going to
well,
do.
like
Maybe.
like I said, I mean Xander's also a
Go
lap
ahead.
down, so I mean he's not even a contender for
Yeah.
top 10. I think he was more just probably using Xander as a sort of like slingshot and just drafting to get moved up on the track. Because obviously, if you ride behind someone, you're not going to be having to push your car as hard because you're essentially just kind of riding off the tail end of someone.
No, but if you look at the front of the pack, the 91 car is starting to close that gap a little bit. It was up to just about 3 seconds a little while ago. Now it's down to, oh,
We
and
have a
forget about
caution.
it because our new
Oh,
caution just come out.
what happened to Mike? His car.
Oh,
Whoa,
no.
whoa! What happened there?
I don't know if the 47 got loose because that's where the exit of the corner. I was telling everybody how it
Uh,
gets a little bit swirly. No, I don't know. It looks like he's just coming off the corner. I think he got too close to the wall. Yeah, see right there. He's up in the dirt. He scares himself on the wall and he pulls to the left just a little bit too hard and has no idea that Mike Burnett
so if we
is
go,
right there.
where's Sam been? Let's do this real quick. Let me find a cockpit. Let's do that real quick, so we can
There we
see
go.
what Sam's moves were here. So Sam's coming through the turn, and
Yeah, see, let's see how high he is.
he's turning down. And so he was just trying
Oh,
to.
yeah.
So yeah, he was just trying to get
Yeah.
himself away from the wall.
Yeah, and he had no idea, Sam, that Mike Burnett was coming up behind him. But these
I
guys are not complaining
believe.
about this yellow flag.
Yeah, see, this is an early stage here, so this is a early stage here. But let me go ahead and I'm gonna play the ad again, but this time I'm gonna play it with the little bit of shorter version we have while these guys are going through their pit stop here. Let me get back to showing the actual cars itself. But yeah, let me play that real quick here then. Oh, that's not the one I want to do. Obviously, you can't hear me anyways, but where's the... There we go. Maybe I can't hear it anyways, apparently. So... Over there, no, we can.
Look at this game. It's farming. You can legit drive any piece of equipment you've ever dreamed of as a kid. They have to control this form. It's crazy what you can do. You can literally live a different world. And this is just one of the maps that they have for the entire country. Just super impressive. I still can't get over that. Absolutely crazy. So, lap 75. Still
Yeah,
a long way to go in this race, and Mr. Wolfe no longer has that gigantic lead.
no, but also, again, one of the things also comment on that ad as well, obviously, in case you missed it when I said at the beginning, that was obviously an ad for, like you heard Bill saying, that's for the Farming Sim, technically for Farming Simulator 2022, and I don't know exactly when that map will be out, but it will be obviously a free map that you can use as your farm in that game when it comes out, because obviously that will be by the wonderful guy over at No Creek Farms. Again, that's Garth Griswold's brother. He's made other great maps before that. If someone in the farm sim community knows, I don't know the names off the top of my head, but he has made other known farms. So when that comes out, you can use Farming Sim 2022 and play that map as your own farm if you so choose. as they go to the choose cone. How fitting. But we'll
I'm
see.
really surprised. I'm really surprised at this race that we've only had 3 cautions. I thought we were going to see a lot more of the first 100 laps. So,
I mean, I think that these guys are turning around and getting a lot more clean on their racing. That's for sure. So,
yeah, it seems like every race that we expect a lot of cautions, these guys have very few cautions. So, they've been very impressive all year long.
we do have that.
But now we're going to see 2 heavy hitters in the front.
Yeah.
Mr. Wolfe and Mr. Saunders, and it's going to be interesting. And look who's behind.
They have Cory Mott and Nick Vasquez right behind them, but then look behind them in the third row. We have Cody Leach and Paul as we go to start here, and we get the green flag as you hear there.
Not great of a jump this time around. It seems like everybody took off together. A great start by the whole field. They're going to be going 2 by 2 like this is a parade lap into turns 1 and 2. Coming off the back straight, you're going to see the cars kind of straighten up. A couple of guys getting real close to getting that Iowa stripe. Now they're heading off into turns 3 and 4, and they're going 3 wide some spots in the back. Coming off the corners, they're running side by side. Only one car is running side by side, actually. Everybody's trying to get in that single file line, following pretty much the same line throughout the racetrack. Cory Mott pulls up into 3rd spot. No big surprise there. And behind him, that 22 car. We talk about them every week and how fast their car. If you look at the talent in that top 5, look at the speed in that top 5. And then, right behind them, look who it is in the 27 car, Mr. Chirri. Out of nowhere. Who is this guy? Where'd he come from?
I'm going to see if I can do a little bit of digging on this, man, and figure out if we can find anything out about this man. But I do believe, looking at least at my info we have about, like, I-rating and license, which obviously everyone has to be A-class, so that's not really a surprise. But you have some people, obviously, that are grandfathered in with a B-class, but he is a 3,251 I-rating driver.
Is that all?
That's, I mean, that's only about 800 off of Paul. I believe, looking in here, Paul is our highest IR driver.
Yeah, so...
with the next closest being actually Xander. Xander's only 100 off of Paul, actually.
Yeah, well, guess who we're going to interview the next time the caution comes out? We're going to go right to that 27 car. Find out a little bit more about him because he is showing that he has talent to run the front of the MCRL. Now, are we going to start seeing this guy in other leagues as well? Is he going to be a spoiler for the season for championships? Is he going to make it to the championship? Still a lot of time left.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he'll be able, I don't think he's able to go for champion.
To get in.
Well, it's also the participation requirement as well he will not meet. So, but if he likes the racing here, he can go next year. He can always come back next season as well and go for the full season and then actually have a shot at the championship. So,
yeah, well, right now he could be the biggest spoiler in this because we have a couple of guys that really need a win. And right now he's shown that he can win. He's running right with these guys. He's only less than 2 seconds off the lead, and he's in traffic. So he's been very fast tonight, and we're going to be talking about him a lot more, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's any surprise, but if we do have the stuff that is in talks, obviously, about the broadcasting for this series specifically, and just how stuff is going to work in general, you guys might see me down on the track next season potentially if things work out that way. So
we're going to start our own team. It's called the Laid Off Broadcasters Booth.
Laid Off Broadcasters, whatever.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be flunked.
I gotta ask you, Bill. I gotta ask you, Bill, who's going to cover the charter fee then? Because each team has to have that charter fee. So who's going to cover that?
Well, I'm sure the driver of that number one car, he's got it all figured out. He's done a great job so far with this league, in my opinion. And right now, he's in third spot,
Mm-hmm.
kind of sitting back. He's got about 5 car lengths in front, 5 car lengths in back. He can do whatever he wants on the track and not worry. Right now, this is a dream for him. This is what he wants more than anything. We've got about 70 laps to go, not even, for our next caution that we know about, and that's
Yeah.
going to be the stage caution. I
Oh,
don't know if I want to go that many laps
what
in these
happened here?
cars,
Let's
but
see.
Tommy Carroll.
Was he coming down into pits and he messed up on his? Oh, is it just because he had to slow? Oh, ooh, he missed the pit lane by a
Oh,
lot there. Wow. Okay, that's what it
oh,
was. I wonder why it said he crashed, but it's because he just missed the pit lane. But talking about him again here, even though it's not done any bad yet, but no surprise. We said he was going to make his way back up there, and he's after the restart back up in eighth now. So he's
not
doing good.
surprised. Really not surprised. So that guy is a great driver, and I would love to see him pull it off. But I did call the driver of that number 15 car, and he's in fifth spot right now, and he's looking really strong.
Oh,
Oh, kind of smoke right there. We got another caution coming out.
looks like it might
Oh,
be.
Jonathan Ledger again. Oh
Oh,
no!
takes out Xander
Wow.
with him there.
I
But
think
Jonathan
something
did.
happened to Zach.
I will say
He
Jonathan did
drilled
very.
John.
I will say though that Jonathan did very good. You saw right there. He as soon as he was in the wall, he braked as fast as he could as soon as he was pushing the wall, so that way he would not cause anyone else to wreck, which is good. That's always a
Yeah,
good thing to
no.
do. When you get wrecked, get that car stopped as fast as you can, so that way you don't cause anyone else to wreck. And yeah, I really don't know what happened there. I think Xander just. I think Xander
Xander
just.
came right. That certainly wasn't Jonathan's fault. He
Let's see.
I wonder if something happened to Xander because he's just all of a sudden the car just goes up.
Let me see if we can find his cockpit view here, maybe, and see what's going on here. Oh, that's going too slow now. 1 second. Let me. Okay. Let's see. So I don't think he turned hard enough. Looks like. I mean, he kind of turned,
Huh.
but it wasn't enough. The car was getting too loose on him there. You see, he kind of sliding up into the exit, but that was just not
Yeah,
enough.
Jonathan was there. Yeah, that's a shame.
It was not enough at
Yeah,
all.
poor John. I don't. I mean, I can't put that on Jonathan. I think something happened to Xander, whether the front washed out or whatever. But he just drove right up into Jonathan.
Let me see if I can figure out because our thing that usually shows shows that. I'm not seeing anything here. Looks like that
You don't think
might
it was a
be.
neck poke, do you?
It looks like that might be a post-race review incident, possibly. Yeah, it's looking like Gordon's saying that he will look at that after the race. So we might
Certainly don't
hear.
think it was intentional.
Oh no, not at all. But it looks like it's definitely going to be
Yeah.
something that is not going to be looked at now, and it will be the decision on it will be found out post race. Looks like.
Oh boy, Gordon the Warden is already getting the hammer. Don't mess with the Warden.
But yeah, we're
I can I
yeah.
can say that because I know I'm going to be out of racing for a while because I felt the wrath of the Warden a few times this year. Well deserved, I must admit, but
Fair enough.
yeah. So I certainly can't blame him. Nobody would care anyways if I did. But no, he does a great job down there, and the job I certainly would not want. So thank you for being there for us again this week.
Yeah, and one thing here, I'm going to jump back to the front. I want to jump back at the front so I can know what we're looking at for the pace. Yeah, see, I want to be able to see the pace car so that way I can know what things are looking like for the for everything here. But let me see. I believe next week for Cup, because I want to look ahead on that, is it's New Hampshire. So we're looking at another long race there. 3 actually. We got this one. The next week is New Hampshire with 200, and then the week after that is Nashville for 188 laps. The day before 4th of July.
Now, New Hampshire is a track. I guess you could say that's my home NASCAR track.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that far from me. It's the closest place where they come. And, back in the early 2000s where, we had the old body style and everything, New Hampshire was not really known for its passing and kind of boring racing. But I remember watching Dale Earnhardt race there, and the old 99 car of I can't remember, Ward Burton, or was it? I'm sorry, Jeff Burton. Jeff Burton got his first career win at New Hampshire in the 99 car, and I was there to see it. So the old New Hampshire, I think the racing was it was really only a 1-lane track. They did this progressive banking, and it does help a lot. Love the modifieds at that racetrack. A lot of modified funds up there. And we're getting ready to go green one more time.
Yeah, I believe it looks like, also looking ahead here as well, we do not have a truck race next week. Truck has another off week, looks like. So we will have the ARCA Auto Club race, and then, like I said, the Cup race. So interesting. Another Thomas and Zach at the front, and Cory and Nick right behind them. Again, that's not a surprise to see that for this start of the race here.
We say it so many times each race, those same names and the same positions, it seems. Whoa! Another caution right off the bat. Let's see what happened here.
Some checking up, looks like, maybe, and he checked up and then he got loose, but he sent a couple people into the wall. Man. Who was that he took out there with him? I believe that was. I'm not sure who that was. Who was that? Let's see. Who was that he smacked with him? I believe that was that was Ryan Taft. Yeah, Ryan, Mr. Taft got smacked into the wall there. I mean, didn't get smacked too hard.
Rewind that tape a little bit.
Wait.
Rewind it a little bit, if you can. Can you do that? Keep watching. Now, look where he is. He's in that gray area. Remember how I told you the exits, there's a fine line of where you can get on the gas and where you can't? Well,
he found that fine line, didn't he?
Right on that seam, you got to either be above it or below it, but not on the seam. And, that could have been a lot worse than what it actually was. And when you're in the cockpit and that happens, there's nothing you can do. You're just in for a ride and hope nobody hits you. And unfortunately, he collected a couple of other guys, and the 69 car is in the pit.
But it doesn't look like he got any damage. I don't see anything where I don't believe he had any damage. I believe he might have just needed to. Trying to figure out why he had to go in pits there. I don't know if he.
I don't know, but
I don't know if he went on the last.
Because what he's doing right now is he's getting damage repaired.
He is in there for quite a while, yeah.
Yeah, so I think, unfortunately, Mr. Tipton must have got caught up into that, and you hate to see that.
But he's already back out. So that was a pit time of, looks like 54 minutes, I believe.
54 seconds.
Sorry, seconds. My bad. I meant seconds, not minutes. Ignore me on that. Let me
He
see if
is
I
the
can.
first car one lap down.
So that was a. It says
So if he
15.
had
That's weird.
damage,
He was not only in there for 15 seconds. That is not correct. No, he was not in the pit stall for only that short. That's incorrect.
well, let's get it. Let's get in and let's talk to the driver of Mr. Chirri, that number 27 car.
Is he?
Do we see him in the Discord?
I'm looking to see if he's in any team one. I don't believe he's part of a team yet, so he probably is not. No. I don't believe he's part of a team yet since he just joined. He probably is still too new. Yeah, no, he's not on any team, so he is not in the garage or anywhere like that. He is just not here right now.
We're going to have to find out exactly who this guy is who is invading the MCRL right now, running really strong, not having any problems tonight.
Did he just slow down to make sure? Oh, I think he might have just slowed down to make sure he didn't run into people. Oh, no, he probably had to let people pass him.
He came out of the pits.
He probably had to let people pass him.
Out of the pits. Yeah.
So he is, I believe...
Could be the first person to lap down.
We will see when this thing ticks down. No, he is the third person that is a lap down. It is Lawson and Short, looks like. But it's not. We still have a lot of laps. We still have a lot of laps. He has time to bounce back.
Do, but now he has to wait 3 cautions to get back on the lead lap.
Unless he passes them.
Yeah, well, we have 103 laps down, and we've only had our 5th caution, and that's including one of them. That was the stage caution. So we're closing in. We have about 47 laps left until our next caution. So
I wouldn't be surprised though if he can get past Lawson and Xander. I mean, he just has to get past. Oh, we must need to re-rack and restack fully, but. I would not be surprised if he could get past Ben Lawson and Xander. So that's just 2 cars he has to get past and hold over until the caution.
Well, let's see what Mr. Uberman does now, and I'm still not giving up on him. Go get him, big boy.
Oh, no, he can do it. We've seen lots of people. We have seen lots of people make it from the back to the front, be from lap down to back to the front. I mean, it's possible. You just gotta have the drive to do it and be ready to push safely. Obviously, safely.
And the way his season is going, this is what he's going to have to do to get his first win of the season, because he's had a lot of bad luck, and it's probably going to make him come from back to front a number of times to earn a win. So keep an eye on him. He's not out of it yet. But pace car just dove down. We're getting ready to go green one more time.
For lap 105.
Start by Wolfe. Nice start by Wolfe in the front, and he's going to clear everybody, sailing it off into turns 1 and 2.
Leaving Cory high and dry on the outside there for a second.
Cory, he has that line that's just a little bit higher than the low line, and that's where he's pretty much been the whole entire race, saving right in that line. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how it works out for him.
Yep. But these front 4 or 5 cars are kind of almost running off on their own. Not fully, but pretty much feels like it with how they're running. So we'll see how this goes here. But we got Cody. Let me go over to Cody here. We have Cody that was on the inside, but now we've gone single file, so you know that showing that doesn't even matter then, I guess. Cool.
Yeah, those guys are getting awfully close together. They're racing a little bit too hard right now. Cody Leach, he's been in that 5th spot for quite a while now. Nick Vasquez, he was really strong before the last caution came out. Kind of cooled off a little bit, but he's still in the front of this thing. And, he's just waiting for his tire temperatures to come up before he starts running hard.
See, I believe the track is getting cooler. It is down to 91 degrees for the track temp, so it's definitely cooling off, that's for sure.
Once that sun starts going down, we're going to see this racetrack tighten up. It's going to have a lot more grip, and it's going to be a lot better racing than what we're seeing right now.
Indeed. As we got, again, Cody still on the inside there. It looked like he tried to come back up there, and he did not have the room for it.
Yeah, those guys just had a movement right there because that was way too close. That was almost our sixth caution of the night. Man, a little bit too hard racing, I think, and the car almost got away from him, and it's way too early for that. As you see one car going up there, he's almost in that third lane, way up high. But who is that Mustang?
That Mustang, talking about this Mustang? Maybe?
Let me see. Is that it? Yes, it is. It's Richard Chirri.
Well, there you go. Oh, but we got a lot of guys kind of diving to the outside there, looks like. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what, that's actually Justin Bell that was on the outside there right behind Cody, but no surprise to see these guys mostly trying to stick to the line that works right now, which is obviously the outside and then back to the inside wall on the turns. But
well, I want you guys to watch Cory Mott, Mr. Bell, and Mr. Chirri. Those guys are running the same line, just one lane up from that very bottom. That seems like that's the conservative line. That's where you want to be to save your tires, to save your car for the end of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
You start to see more and more cars do it, but those main cars have been in that same lane, especially the one car, Cory Mott. He's just saving. I told you he's sneaky. He just sits there and he just waits and he acts like your friend, and all of a sudden he's all over you. So keep an eye on that one car. If he's fast now, he's going to be even faster later on.
Let's see how stuff's going on back here. Xander's definitely put some space in between him and Ben and Caleb. So that's not what, obviously, we don't want to see that, but...
Yeah, Xander's not going to lay over and just give up his spot. He's going to run as hard as he can to make sure that he gets that lucky dog. And when you do get the lucky dog here in the MCRL, it is mandatory to do what?
Is it mandatory to bark? Because I know a lot of us don't do that.
Yes, it is mandatory to bark as you go around the outside of the cars.
So not a lot of us do that, but fair enough. It looks like Caleb's going on the outside there.
Man, I'm up here. I apologize for the coughing. I'm up here in the Northeast, and the pollen is horrible. Oh.
Let's see here.
Woo. Justin Bell, that 99 car, that same line he's been running, and he's behind Cody Leach is now in that line. Pretty much a bunch of those 6 or 7 cars right there, all just following each other, real close to that same line. Justin Bell from Hastings, Florida. I still haven't figured out where that is yet.
We have Alan Phillips, and I believe Henry Calhoff right behind him. Vince Mitchell, Mr. Zach Johnson, and the other new guy, Brian, he's back in P14, while the other one that was the new guy, Mr. Richard, he's up in P7. And our sponsor man, Mr. Garth, is back there in P16.
Yep, He could be just waiting his time. He started up front. We know he has a fast car. So his qualifying setup could be different from his race setup. His race setup might be waiting for that sun to go down, and then he's going to come flying forward. We've seen it before. Won't be surprised if we see it again. But that guy right there, the man with the mighty mullet, Cory Mott, he is just so consistent, just waiting, and he's so smooth. He's just saving that car. I bet you he still has 98% at least on his right rear tire. That's how good he is at saving his car. It's very frustrating to everybody else. And even look at it was in the number 10 spot right now. Mr. Phillips, that 5 car, he's starting to move forward again. Kind of funny to see Paul Maziere back there. He's starting to move up now, getting past Chirri for that 7th spot. Paul, I think he's still saving. He knows what he's doing. He's just waiting for the end of this thing. And I think you're going to see Mr. Wolfe. I think Paul and Cody Leach are going to be in the top 5 at the end of this thing, fighting for the win. I think the 1 car is going to be up there as well. And, Nicky Vasquez, pretty much that top 10 is going to be the fast ones at the end of this thing. There's just too much talent up there to call it. But I'm sticking with number 15, Cody Leach. See Paul sending it off in just that middle lane coming down there. See how low he gets on the exit of this thing? That is driving this track perfectly. Now he's going to come down and he's going to stay in that middle lane and just kind of dime in the corner, and you're going to see him just slowly drift right up to that wall as he heads off into turn 1. When he gets into turn 1, you're going to see him enter high, drop down, and just at the corner, he's going to get right close to that line. Perfect lap. Look how he closes on the 99 car there, getting through that corner much better than the 99 car. Nice, smooth run by Paul as usual. You see that 99 car get way close to that wall. Kind of don't like that. I really don't like to see Bell getting that far up there like that. But he knows what he's doing. He's been there before, and now he's still right where he wants to be in that top 10 for the end of this thing. If you look at the lines these guys are running, just a little bit different. But Paul seems to be just pulling away a little bit more. That little bit of a difference can make so much difference on the straightaways. Paul's going to come off the corner, and he's already full throttle pretty much, and he is just sailing away and pulling away from this whole thing. What an incredible line he is running right now.
So there we go. Well,
ooh, did I see some smoke right there?
Well, he didn't. So he didn't get to the front, but he got right behind Xander. So he almost had the position back. Oh, if I can get, come on. Let's see. Let me see. Okay.
Oh no, not Papa Mott. What happened to Papa Mott?
Looks like another case of someone coming up through the turn.
Yeah, Papa Mott seemed like he was trying to get just above that line, right above that white line, which is right where Cory Mott is running. And I think the car in front of him was diving down to kind of cut the corner a little bit harder, and they just didn't expect each other to move down. And kind of like 2 BMWs going through traffic. Neither one of them has a blinker, and neither one of them knows how to give to the other car. Both of those guys, you have spotters. They're there telling you what's going on, and it's not like that was a casual little bump. He was at the door, so Mr. Mutt kind of came up a little bit, but the other car definitely came down. So that's why we have race control. And Gordon the Warden, good luck figuring that one out, buddy.
We'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm glad I don't have to call that one because I have feelings both ways on it. So
that will definitely be quite the call by him.
Yep, Papa Mott was just trying to run the same line that Cory Mott is running. That's all that was. The other car just came down and was trying to run his line. So it happens. There's only so much room on the racetrack. But we're 20 laps away from our second stage caution. So this is going to be kind of a Saturday night shootout right now.
Yeah. But we will see here, as it looks like Nick has actually ended up ahead of a couple people, because it looks like, probably because Zach actually went into the pits. Oh, let me do this, because that is looking all weird with the way that's showing. That is the guys in. Let's see.
Luke who's taken over the second spot already.
Mr.
Vasquez.
Yep.
He was in fourth or fifth, and he just came forward, and he likes to run up front, and he does it a lot. No big surprise to see that 22 car, and he's proven it more than once. He's not just strong on super speedways. He can run strong everywhere, and I know for a fact this is another track he would love to win. And this would be, his fourth win this year?
The amount of gifts Joey Logano gifts we will get in the Discord if this man wins is going to be unbearable. I will say it. I do not care.
Believe it or not, Nick Vasquez is somewhat a Joey Logano fan.
Somewhat is an understatement, Bill, and you know it. I think
to put me in the wall.
I think every time this man wins, he posts about 10 plus Joey Logano gifts in the Cup Series chat. Am I wrong?
No, you're not, and I love every second of it. And
Saunders incident.
We got to talk to one of these drivers because we've been yapping too much tonight. How many laps do we have to green?
I'm not sure. I don't think Zack Saunders had an incident. I think he just went into pits. I don't think Zack got any damage. I believe he just went into pits because he needed to. Because someone was asking for a replay on his incident, but Zack hasn't been caught up in anything. So I'm not sure where anyone thought there was a Zack Saunders incident. I mean, we can talk to the driver if you want, but they just got choose coming, which means they're about to go start here in mere seconds.
Yeah, it's too late now, but Nick Vasquez is going to be starting on the inside, and we're going to see how good Mr. Wolfe gets on this jump start, because Wolfe is really good at starts. Mm-hmm. But so is Nick Vasquez. He's very good at reading other people as well, so this is going to be a good one to watch.
We are also about, maybe a little over 10 or so laps left till the stage, because it's about to be 134 and stage is at 130 or 150.
Green flag.
It's going to be 16 laps, and wow, man, Mr. Wolfe got a good jump on that outside right there, and he's going to clear Nick Vasquez, but Nick Vasquez is going to be right there behind him with all the room he needs to go anywhere he wants. Let's see now how fast Nick is going to catch the 20. Man, I can't even read
94
the 94 car. Man, Bill and Asshole's getting old. So, so we're going to see just exactly how fast he can catch him, if he can catch him. This is going to be a good test to see who's got it and who doesn't. This is kind of like an A-class fight right here, folks, watching these two guys battle.
I'm being told apparently we have ground reporters that have told me I was incorrect and there was a Zack Saunders incident, but I could not find it anywhere in my stuff that I have, obviously. So if he had an incident, it evaded my event reporting that I have on my end, so that's lovely. Because you guys do have to remember, if an incident happens, I only can tell if someone went into the pits, passed someone, or if they wrecked, which wrecked obviously counts as them stopping. So if none of that happened, then to my system, I did not have any wreck happen. As we get a wreck here, apparently. A yellow flag. Let's see if I can scroll back down fast enough, because I was busy trying to find the Zack Saunders wreck. Oh, it looks like maybe McFabney. No, McFabney and Joe Wright, maybe? Or was it not McFabney? No, not Mac. It might have been Joe then.
Oh, Mac had a tough time getting in the pits.
But it looks like it might have been... Oh, it's because...
Oh, there it is.
Oh, who was that just... Who was it that Joe just smacked into the back of? I believe that was... I'm not sure who that was, actually. Couldn't tell you, but he looks like Joe just kind of...
Joe got the brunt of it, that's for sure.
See, I want to figure out who that was that he ran into the back of there.
Yeah, he wanted to swipe left instead of swiping right. And that's what happens when you kiss the wrong girl right there, man. And, whew, he just pounded the back of that car. Yowza.
That's the 90... Is it the 96 possibly? Do we have a 96? We do. No, it's Mr. Vince.
Oh, no, rabbit. Oh, man.
But it looks like everyone else avoided it, so... But if whoever was saying obviously that there was a Zack Saunders incident, I would love to have found it. But if, like I said, if it does not show as a crash, then to my knowledge, I did not know there was one, because if it does not show the correct way in my events, then that's just how it be. So...
Well, I'm outside in my man shed that I have in the backyard, and I've got the door open because it's kind of nice out, and unfortunately the pollen is pretty heavy, but I just had a little bunny rabbit scare the you-know-what. I nearly fell on my butt.
So I love how we have now got an update the reporter that had said there was an incident that obviously caused Zach to go into the pits. That reporter has since been fired, as they apparently were incorrect. So, what I thought, and where I said that Zach did not have an incident, that turns out to be correct, and the reporter that said Zach had an incident has since been canned. He is no longer here. He is gone. Incorrect reporting.
But now we have 9 laps to go to the stage
it's
caution.
It's going to probably be more like
8. It's going to be
7.
6 laps.
7, actually, probably. Because they're probably going to get the choose cone right here, most likely.
And then they'll be going green, so...
Well, this is a good thing for Caleb, because right now, the way it sits, he is the lead lap down car. So as long as he can hold this until the stage and or next caution, he will be back on the lead lap. So that's a positive for him.
That would be nice to see.
And things that worked out, because also, if it happens on the stage, well, granted, the next caution we get, if it's at the stage or before, will be the stage. So that works out for him, because then that means he can go in, get himself all reset with tires and fuel and all that stuff, and be back in the lead lap and be ready to just try to fight back to the front for the last 100 laps.
Take a peek who's starting in the second spot.
Let's go up there. Oh, we
Cody Leach.
Mr. Leach. But we also have that new man, Mr. Brian, who's moved his way up to the inside line here on restart.
We're going to have to
And
pronounce
Carlisle.
it Messer?
I'm going to assume Messer.
You think it's Messer?
If he ends up in the booth, you can correct us and tell us we were wrong.
Blame it on my accent. I don't
But
care.
like I said, that man's going to have to end up here in the booth to be able to tell us that. So
Yeah, and that outside line got a pretty good start.
Thomas
right
again. Wow.
Oh man, Mr. Wolfe is gonna. And look at Carlisle go on that higher line, and he's battling Cody Leach. Cody Leach coming back on the inside line, and they're gonna drag race off into turns 3 and 4. I think Cody has the better preferred line. Leach is a little bit high. The 15 kind of drifts up a little bit, and they get real close to that outside wall. I don't know if that spot is worth it right now. Just let them go by, settle in. You only have a couple more spots. However, Cody Leach is fighting for stage points. He's a points lead. He's up to the points right now. He needs to get up there. So he's going to battle a little bit hard right now to make it to the next stage points.
Yep, as you see, he's got the good old Mr. Brian there, as you can see on his outside there. He's got to try and fend off him.
Yeah, he's another talented driver that's all of a sudden showed up tonight. Him and Mr. Chirri in that 27 car. Both of these guys have been up there most of the night, so don't know where they came from. We'll find out, but I don't think they're playing. They're here to race.
Indeed they are. Indeed they are.
And look at Cody Leach on that higher line, getting around the 94 a little bit here. And this is the first time we've seen Wolves kind of struggle. And it seems like that higher line is a little bit better for him. And right now he's kind of stuck down there, and that's not where he wants to be. I don't think his car is working well, and they're going 3 wide right now with Cody Leach underneath. Hold your breath. Yowza. Wow, I'm glad they made it through there, and so is it Mrs. Mott, because if there was a yellow flag from a big wreck right there, she never would have heard the end of it all night long. So, man, I'm certainly glad that Maverick made it through there.
Also, I don't know if you saw when I brought it up, but the track temp is down to, well, it was at 89, now it's back up to 90, so excuse me on that. But, yeah.
Cooled off while we were under caution, and now that these guys have a couple of laps in, starting to heat up. But right now we're getting ready to come to our next caution flag that should come by the next time by, and this is going to be stage number 2. This is the last stage. This is now going to be a 100-lap race. Once everybody's all set, as they go 3 wide right now to finish this thing. And yeah, hold your breath. It's not going to be very good. Did they make it through that? Not sure, but Carlisle, that 7 car, just running away. He's going to collect maximum points this stage right now with the win. And Leach, this is going to be good for him, finishing in the 2nd spot. Big points right now, and it means a lot to that 15 car and the 7 car. So these guys are battling hard right now for these stage points. There's the stage right there. Yep. Once the 10th place car crosses the flag, that's when the caution comes out. So big points night right there for the 715, the 1, and it's the same characters at the end of every stage. So
Mike worked his way back up here just in time for the stage, too.
Yep, he did. And those bonus points, the stage points mean a lot. And if you're outside the top, was it 12 or whatever it is for the, to make it to the next round, to the first round, every point counts, every stage point. So
Yeah, I will say one thing though. We were thinking that obviously that Caleb was going to get his lap back, but it seems Zach was also lapped down, and he sadly was the one that is ahead of Caleb for
oh,
this
for that
caution.
lap, oof, that hurts.
So it
That hurts.
unless he can get it back by staying out. I mean, he might be able to stay out. He might have done if we look at the stint length, because he's back in, what was that, 19th? So if we look back in, like, back there, we look, I don't know, I mean, he's been out for about 52 laps, so I feel like Caleb's going to want to go in, but he also might try to see if he can maybe stay out long enough to, get the lap back while everyone's in pits, and then go into pits here. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I think he can't. Right now, he's laps down, so he can't go into the pits with the leaders. He has to wait till those guys go through, and then it will be open for him. So
Yeah.
he'll be on the backside. But now
If
he's
that's what he has to
hoping
do to
for
get
a
his
quick
lap back,
caution.
then that's what he has to do. Like,
Yeah, we're gonna get a quick
oh,
caution.
he might not get it back.
You know,
Steven stayed out. I don't think he's going to get his lap back then. No, he realized he's not going to get it back because Steven stayed out, so he went ahead and went in.
yeah, he has no choice but to go in right now. But you know what? He's going to hope for a quick caution. And to be honest with you, after every caution, we've seen another quick caution. So it's all he can do right now. He's the first car, so that's all he can hope for right now. He really needs it, and then he misses his pit box. That's a heartbreaker. He's just having a bum night right now, and he needs to settle down, put it behind him, get over it. Just go out there, get your lap back, and then fight for the win. He's not out of it. Go get him.
And I believe he did take 4 tires there, is what it feels like. So,
Yeah.
he is again not the. I don't believe he's the first lap down car again, though.
Yeah. Just remember, it's not the last. It's not the only ugly girl that hears last call every night. There's always one guy in there too, so he can come back from this. It's not a big deal.
He does have Henry ahead of him, though, looks like. So he will have to worry about Henry at least for what's. He's had a couple guys basically shut down his chance of being back in the lead lap, and right now that next person is currently Mr. Kalhoff that is holding him back from getting his lap back on the next caution.
Oh, man, his time is running out real quick for that car. I hate to say it because I love the guy, one of the nicest guys in the MCRL, and was really hoping to see him pull this one out. That would have been awesome.
Hey, don't count him out till the fat lady sings. I mean, you'll know. We'll see.
No, but it's 95 laps to go, and he's going to need a couple of real quick cautions here, and a lot of luck to come his way. It's getting to be crunch time, and hey, man, I hope he can do it. I think he can do it. It's just you have to have some luck in every race you win.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. But it looks like I believe Kalhoff is so he is gonna have to get past Kalhoff, who is up here way deeper in the pack. He's about he's only about a row ahead of him, so he can still catch him, but he's the only thing standing between Caleb and getting back, or between Caleb getting back his lap, basically. Because we have we have Mr. Romano, who's snuck his way up to the front now. In all
I'd love to see that. Would love to see him. You know what? I bet you this feels good, his first race back, and there he is starting up front, and he's kicking into high gear. Look at him battle right here for second spot.
Indeed, look at that. He's holding down that second place if he can stop Cory, but I don't know. Cory's got a good run there on the outside, and Cameron's by himself. I
Yeah, but
mean,
Cory Mott is running that same line he's been running all night long.
mm-hmm.
So he's just getting in his rhythm. We haven't even seen Cory Mott race yet. He's just been riding along this whole entire time. That's not good news for Carlisle, Romano, Leach, or Chirri, any of those guys. So hold on,
No.
you see, this is going to be a banger. This last 100 laps.
Yeah, that is definitely not an understatement, I'd say.
Well, this is what I'm going to say. I would love to see this go green the whole way and have to have green flag pit stops. That's the only thing that would make this race perfect right now. So let's see what happens, man. Less than 100 laps to go, and it's shaping up to be a good one.
The one thing that is interesting,
Cory
though, is
Romano.
Mr. Carlisle, he pitted back on lap 129, so he's not on as new of tires as everyone behind him. I mean, it's not stopping him. He's doing good.
Yeah, well, Carlisle's starting to run that higher line. Now that the temperature's cooling off a little bit, that higher line might start coming into fruition. He's still running low in 1 and 2. Let's see where he runs in 3 and 4. He went down low.
Looks like Thomas is in pits.
Wolfe
But he's coming back out now, so
yeah,
whatever he had to do, he got it done pretty quickly because he was only in there for 15 seconds in his pit box. So whatever he did, he got it done and got in, got out, and got back out right in front of the leaders.
What is going on? What did we just see? Was there a penalty for something? Maybe little strategy, maybe.
He was black flag. Wonder why Thomas was black flag. That's weird. It's showing Thomas as black flag, but why? I'm not sure. That might have to be something that Gordon's going to have to clarify on at some point because I have no clue why he was black flag, guys. But that is definitely a bit of a wrench in Caleb's whole thing because that now puts him two cars in front of him that are now a lap down. He just Caleb can't catch a break tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of just the. That's kind of like them starting to hammer in the last nail right there for him. Time is just running out, and tough to see, tough break for him, but starting to shape up to be something good. Cory Mott's got a lot of confidence. He's been running strong in every single race this week that he's been in, and there he is out front again. All that saving, now we're starting to see him get a little bit more racy. I told you before, and I'll say it again, that is not good for everybody else. When you see him running this comfortably right now, at this stage of the race, it's going to be tough to match. But Carlisle's behind him running the same times, just sticking with him. And again, that top 5, even right down, that top 10, a lot of fast cars right there.
It looks like our ground reporter has now given us an update that the reason why we saw Wolfe go into pit lane there was for a obviously black flag drive-through because apparently he broke one of the rules, which is to not drive obviously through too many pit boxes when coming into pits. I believe the rule is that you can only drive through about 2 or 3 before that's too many basically because obviously coming into pits, everyone needs to be able to, make it into the pit box safely. So there is a rule where drivers are allowed to drive through about 2 or 3 pit boxes ahead of theirs before it breaks a rule. And apparently Thomas drove through too many of those coming to his pit box on his last pit stop, and that's what caused him to be black flagged and sent down for that drive-through that we saw.
Well, that's going to be the topic for the week, folks. Everybody's going to be complaining about that one this week. That's a really tough way to lose a race is on a penalty like that. But rules are rules. That's why they're there. If you don't go
Mm-hmm.
by the rules, then you hurt the integrity of the league. So, sometimes you have to stay in check. And if it costs you a race to stay in check, then so be it. But real tough break. It's not over yet. He has time to come back. He's been very fast. All he needs is a quick caution. And, he's going to be back up front. Not over yet for him.
I mean,
Right
he's already
now,
currently
he's
ahead, right up there with Cory. So, I mean, if he can keep going, he could get his lap back the old-fashioned way at this point. Oh, speaking of that, he is actually back on the lead lap, looks like. So, never mind. He is fine. He's not a lap down anymore. He's somehow gotten really lucky to have done it the hard way.
Well, you know what? That's the four-leaf clover that the Uberman needed. Now he's the first car on the lead first car a lap down.
He still has Kalhoff.
Oh, you know what? He's not. He's been passed by Henry Kalhoff.
Yeah, I said Kalhoff started ahead of him on the restart, so he's been Henry with the
Still, oh man, what a tough break!
But I mean, he's not too far. He's not too far behind Kalhoff. You can see he's right there. I mean, if Caleb maybe rides behind someone, he might be able to see if he can catch up to Kalhoff. But that's about the best I'd say he can do is just ride behind someone and see if he can get up to him.
Well, if I was him, I'm going to pay one of those other cars to take Mr. Kalhoff out to cause a caution flag. He's not that type of guy that would want to win that way. So they're starting to get a little more racy in the back there, getting 2 and 3 wide, starting to get off. The track is cooling off, getting a little more grip. These guys are getting a little more brave. Their chest is starting to stick out just a little bit more, and they're walking around like more tough guys. You're going to see the speeds start to increase right now. The sun is going down. You can see the shadows changing. And once that sun is gone, the last 50 laps or so in this race is going to be fast. I'm going to say the last 25 is going to be the craziest laps you're going to see. It's going to be great. I cannot wait for this, and it's coming shortly.
I do wonder if anyone's going to make... I mean, Kalhoff's racing pretty dangerously there, so I do wonder if anyone's going to accidentally bump him or if he's just going to not get a good line, and that could be the thing that Caleb needs to happen here. I mean, he needs Henry to make a mistake, and he needs a caution to happen. That's what it is. He needs those two things to happen. If those two things can happen, then Caleb will be back on the lead lap.
Yeah.
Not that there's plenty of time for him to get up there, though, but yeah, the time is definitely running out. That is for sure.
Yeah, these guys are really starting to get raced. I think that grip is starting to come into this track a little bit more, especially on that bottom groove. Those guys are coming through the bottom groove a little bit better than what they were 25, 30 laps ago.
For some reason, it's saying that the track temp is 92. Which is...
Yeah, but the sun's not directly beating on it, you know what I'm saying? And it seems like the grip is coming back. These guys are running multiple lines right now, and they're all running so close together right there. And earlier, those cars would be sliding up and slipping and sliding in the sun. So I think the sun not hitting the track is helping. And it sounds crazy, but it does make a difference even in iRacing.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Caleb has caught up to Mr. Kalhoff, and he's going to make a pass on him. It looks like he might have the run, maybe? I don't know. No.
Well, outside line, he's going to get him.
And look at that. He had the momentum.
And look at the Uberman go.
He had the momentum.
It seems that higher line is starting to come in.
And there you go. That's what you need.
And there it goes, Caleb. Nice to see that. Great job by the Uberman.
Now he just needs to hope another caution comes out. And once that does happen, then Caleb will get the lucky dog, and he will get to be back on the lead lap, which... I mean, right now he sits at least at P19, but I don't know. I feel like that, like you said, obviously everyone's getting a lot more racier now. So I would not be surprised if we get a caution off the sheer fact that everyone gets very racy and just kind of gets a little too dangerous. I mean, you can see right back here we got Alan Phillips and Stephen Carlisle kind of side by side with Brian and Richard actually side by side with each other as well.
Yeah, look who is back up into the fourth spot, Mr. Burnett.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about him too much because he
come from?
He kind of dropped back, but I think he said, "Well, I kind of sat back for a bit, guys. It's time for me to come back up here and to make a bit of a joke. Maybe he's gonna come to the front and go away with another win, maybe." To kind of make a joke on his car name there.
I think some of the MCRL alphas just made a statement to the new guys because all of a sudden our top 5, our top 6,
Cory, Cody, Nick, Mike, Alan. Yeah,
the 51 and the 27 are kind of getting knocked back a little bit, and
the top 6 are all regulars. Yeah. You see, the top 6 are all regulars. We got Cory, Cody, Nick, Mike, Alan, Steven. And then, right behind the 2 new guys is Justin and Zach. So,
yeah, you're starting to see these guys kind of claim their territory. One guy I'm surprised to see is Paul Meziere back in the 11th spot right now.
Man, look at that. Is Caleb going to try and do this the hard way? He's all the way up there with Paul. If he can get past everyone, he would get his lap back the hard way.
That would be insane. That would be making a huge statement. But not only that, what he's doing right now is proving that his car is starting to come in. Now he's starting to fly around the cars. So if he gets a yellow flag right now, that is going to work out perfectly for him because now he's shown that he can work his way forward. Because he's going to be in about 18th, 19th.
Oh my gosh! Look at that. He's going on the inside of Paul. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think Caleb's car was more ready set maybe for like the cooler track temp or something. Because he's all of a sudden now up here in what would be technically, I believe that it would be technically 12th if he was on the lead lap right now. So
yeah, he can definitely do it. That's what he's proven. Now he just needs some luck.
Yeah,
and maybe... he's if we get to lap 200 without a caution, that's going to be a tough break for him. But it's still possible. But once we get below that 50 lap, that's going to be real tough to come from 18th spot.
Yeah. Whoa! This car got a little squirrely there.
Yeah, those 2 were grills to gas holes. We got some. And now we have a car up high, but they're still rolling.
Oh, that could be a caution. That's a caution! Oh no! No, wait! Who was the right? Who was that? Who was that? That was.
Oh no! Cody Leach. Oh no!
But
nice job. He didn't get anything. All right, Cody.
I hate to be the bearer of some bad news here for Mr. Uberman, though. I believe, if my thing is incorrect, and I don't know where Cameron came from, but he's all of a sudden a lap down. But I don't know if he went a lap down before or after the caution. But he also was a lap down, and I'm not sure where he came from. So...
Oh, boy.
Oh, he was coming out of pits. Or he came around pits there. So, I don't know, but he got a lap down there. But I don't know if he got a lap down early enough to be...
For it to count.
Oh, wait, it's Tipton... Oh, wait, Caleb might be back in the lead lap. He's not showing his lap down now. He's showing a time. I think he might be back on the lead lap, possibly. Yeah, he might, because Caleb's not showing a lap time anymore. Just that he's not a lap down. He's showing as just a time now. So Caleb might have lucked out. Oh, because he stayed out. That's why.
He stayed out. What a great move for him.
He stayed out. I think, because let me see. If we look again, because he's in 19th again, let me look at the stint length here. But I believe, yeah, he's only been out for 37 laps. Whereas
Now he's going to get the wave around.
if we go to the people in the front, they've been out for about the same, but they probably decided they wanted to go in. But Caleb decided to stay out. He's had a little bit of a fun time there with the pace cars. You see, hey, I mean, I gotta admit, who hasn't done that to the pace car? Because it's the only car during the race that's actually drive-throughable. I mean, it's the only car you can do that to. Yeah,
no. When you do this to the pace car, for everybody listening, you can actually drive into the car, and it almost puts you as a passenger. You can drive right up, and you can almost sit side by side with the driver of the car.
Which, I mean, the reason why... Yeah, so I was going to say, the reason why obviously that car's drive through, like you can drive through it, is because that pace car is also sometimes meant to drive through the pack if it comes out of pits while the rest of the pack is ahead of it. So that car has to be basically passed through so that it doesn't wreck the drivers, obviously.
And let me tell you something. There are people out there who would hit the pace car. Now, here's the problem with the Uberman, the car behind him. If he gets by the Uberman, does that put him back a lap down?
I don't believe so, no. I don't believe it should, but like you said, they should get the wave around since they are ahead.
Since they're ahead of the field, they should get the wave around. That's what I'm waiting to see.
Because right now, that should be Calhoff and a couple guys, actually.
Now, if he came into the pits without going a lap down, can he do that? Will he have time to do that?
I don't think so, no, because it waves you around pretty late. So
either way, he's going to need another caution to be able to come in the pits.
So there we go. Okay,
there's the wave around.
There's the wave around that we were expecting. Yeah.
Now he's going to be in the back of the pack, and we're going to be going green.
Yeah,
so
but
he's not going to have time.
I mean, I don't think his tires will have gotten to him too much. I mean, because like I showed, obviously there, he'd been out for about the same time as everyone else, really, which was about, actually he's actually higher up on the list now, so I need to move up the thing, but he's been out there for about 41 laps. So if we go to showing from top 10 here, he's been out there about the exact same as everyone else. Now, if he has gotten tires at the exact same time as everyone else, we do not know. But he very well could maybe make this work as we go green. Immediately, with Cory Mott on the outside there.
Cory Mott, it's a great
Alan Phillips
lane.
Alan Phillips did not take off at all there. But
something happened.
Another person we haven't talked about too much as well either, Zach. He's all the way up here in second now. Haven't talked about him much all night.
Yeah, Cory Mott had jumped out to about a 5-car lead, and now Saunders has caught up to him. But if Cory Mott had gotten away, this would have been an ugly race. So kudos to those guys for catching up to him. Mm-hmm. Everybody has fresh tires right now, except for the guys in the back of the pack. They're just hoping for a quick caution and not to go a lap down. So they need to get their times close to what the leaders are running so that they're not losing time and going a lap down.
We do have some people making some moves. Looks like, we got some movement back here. We got some real bunched up action right here.
Yeah, and that's what the Uberman wants to see in front of him. He wants to see those cars battling hard. He's hoping for a caution so he can come in and get fresh tires. Then his tires need to be better than everybody else's. But right now, we're closing in on that 200 lap shutdown time. Once we get at 200, we're going to have 50 laps left. And even with fresh tires, it's going to be hard to catch everybody up and get up front to win this race. So keep your fingers crossed. Would love to see the Uberman, but he needs a caution right now, a little luck. So
As you can see there, he's in the
start dancing
16th place, so...
Yeah, ooh, man, Nick Vasquez just came really close on entrance to that corner right there, and it seemed as if the car in front of him kind of came down a little bit. Might have been the angle, but Nick is kind of just floating around in the back right now.
I feel like Caleb's playing a little safe, though, as well, because even though he did get back on the lead lap, I feel like he might be maybe trying to be a little safe-ish. I mean, because he knows he's not really up there in the pack, but he might be wanting to just kind of watch and see if some people make some mistakes, and, you know, like you said, may see if he can't see a caution hop up and give him a chance to get fresher tires.
How did Cory Mott go a lap down?
He's not. You're thinking of Papa Mott.
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. Whew. Okay. That scared me there for a second.
Papa Mott there.
I'm getting old and I don't have my eyeglasses on. So, but we just crossed over to lap 202. 48 laps left. If there's another caution, do any of these guys have a set of tires left? And do you take them?
That is the $1 million question.
Yeah, Cory Mott, we've seen him make a long run before. And
everyone
strong at the end.
I mean, everyone all the way down to Garth and a couple of guys behind Caleb and Henry. They, like a bunch of the guys, a bunch of people pitted on lap 190. So I do wonder if that caution comes out, if that will be a thing that helps Caleb somehow.
Yeah, but look at that one car, the line. It's the same line he's been running all night. So this race is kind of falling right into his lap right now. And Saunders can battle him all he wants. He can do whatever, but Cory Mott is not going to move out of that line. So he's going to have to figure out a way around him. Phillips in that 5 car, he's taking over the 3rd spot, and he's keeping up with them too. He's kind of keeping them in eyesight. And look who is back in 4th. The 27 of Mr. Chirri. He's only a second, not even a second and a half behind. And then behind him is the 7 car, Carlisle. Again, where did he come from? Well, he's been out front pretty much the whole race, so no big surprise there. Paul Mézières from Toulouse, France. He's right there.
Oh, there's a caution.
Oh, wow, look at that. Thank God a caution just came out because I think I just sprained my tongue. Oh, no. No.
Oh.
No. Oh, stay off the wall. Stay off the wall.
Oh, nope. No off the wall for him.
Oh, poor Cameron Romano. Fellow broadcaster.
You can see that for Cameron. Where's he at? He is
first
now.
Came back, but I can tell you right now, Cameron's got a smile on it because he's had a good run tonight. For his first race back, he's had a great run. So, good job to him. We're proud of you, buddy. You did an awesome job tonight. The number 69, the luckiest man on the planet.
If this man is going to go into pits once they open, I'm curious.
Oh, he has no choice.
He better, because he pitted back on lap 152. He needs to come in. And I would be interested to see if he has tires. He probably does.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't have a set of tires left, he's gonna. I don't know. That's like trying gas station sushi at 2 a.m. Not something you really want to do. He has to have a set of tires left.
He's not the only one that went in. Looks like Vasquez, Wolfe, Lawson, Short, him, and Kalhoff all went in to the pits. Oh, and Justin Bell as well, looks like. It will be interesting to see. This
is going to put him... Well, right now he's falling back. So let's see where he comes out. We know he's fast. We've seen him
So
run
he
hard.
just got a full set, and that was 15 seconds in pits to get a full set of tires.
Yeah, he's ready to go. He's done for this race.
He's done what he needed to. He's ready to lock in for the rest now. Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen how fast
he didn't lose a position. He kept his position. He didn't lose any. He didn't gain any, which is fine. I mean, obviously he would have preferred to gain, but the fact that he did not lose position is also a good thing too.
Yeah, but take a look at guys who's got to get around in front of him. Mazer, who that 51 truck, who's been very fast tonight. Wolfe, yeah, that's a tough job. And then once you get by Wolfe, then you get Vasquez to worry about. Then Griswold, who's been fast tonight. Then you have the 15 of Leach. Yeah, you know what? That's a ladder I don't know if I want to climb because I have a fear of heights. And it's not going to be easy for him to get around those cars.
Then Johnson, then Mr. Mikey, as you call him, Mr. Mikey Zoolander, as you call him, whatever. Paul, Steven, then Richard, then Alan, then Zach, then Cory, obviously. He's got quite, like you said, he's got quite the ladder of people to climb up there. But we'll see also how the choose cone goes, because I feel like if he does the right line on the choose cone, he could gain some serious positions. Now, if you were him and you know the track is obviously cooling off and you just got tires, where do you think would be the best place to go? I mean, the track temps obviously cooling off. Like I said, I'm gonna go
with the shortest line.
You have fresh tires. Like you are one of like 6 people probably with the freshest tires right now.
Right, but the problem is they're brand new tires, sticker tires, no temperature at all in them. You should be scrubbing as much as you can right now, getting those tires worn in because.
Hey, look at that! As you say that, he's scrubbing them. Yep.
Yeah, and he is going to need about 2 laps to get those tires to temperature, and once that happens, he's going to take off.
Look at that! He's doing some serious scrubbing. Look at him go.
Yeah, there he goes. Drag that brake in the front, buddy. Get some heat into those sidewalls, man. Drag that brake. There he goes. You know, Uberman can do it.
I love that little just a little kind of tail fishing he just did there. Oh, he's gonna go to the outside. Interesting. I wonder how far that puts him up, though. So he took the outside.
He knows where his car handles better, so. He can go anywhere, but look who's in front of him.
Yeah, but I don't think. That's it. I feel like having Thomas in front of you might be actually a good thing, honestly.
Absolutely is. Do you want to tell him, or do you want me to?
What do you mean by that?
Why is that a good thing?
Because the pushing that the takeoff he had at the beginning usually.
Not only that, is that car that is in front of him is going to be like a blocker for him. He's just going to follow that car. He's going to let that car do all the hard work. He's just going to stick to his bumper, and every pass that he makes, so wasn't that 69 car. Hang with him tight, buddy. Hang with him tight and follow him through the field. Now, Cory Mott.
Wow, look at that. We were already going 3 wide. I believe we have a caution, right? Yeah, no, we have some cars off, I believe, already. Wow.
We do, and you know what?
But no caution.
No caution, but he just gained a couple of laps. So that's what he wants to say. Whoa, Griswold getting a little squirrely right there and has managed to hang on to it. Luckily, he didn't get touched too hard from the Uberman behind him, and that could have been ugly right there. But starting to see him getting the temperature into his tires. This is going to be the second lap. Now his tire temperatures are going to be a lot better. Now you're going to see him start moving forward.
I'm saying Thomas is not really with. Yeah, no, Thomas isn't really with him. Thomas is kind of, but they do have a lap car in between them right now. So I believe that's the 62. Was it?
Yeah, well, that's the product of cold tires, and all the scrubbing in the world wouldn't have gotten him there, but it definitely did help him. And now you're starting to see him be able to go low and pick guys off. Now look who he's behind. He just caught right up to him.
And he's got
Oh no, I'm sorry.
he's got Ray.
Yeah,
Well, he's got
he caught right back up to Wolfe. He's got one car in between him, but
yeah.
he's a lot closer, and he's running a little bit.
Look,
There we go.
he's trying to follow Thomas. Yeah, he's trying to follow Thomas if he can. Because the line is there, and also it's both a line thing and just because he knows he can probably ride behind Thomas. But he does have I believe that's the 56 car of. I would love to be able to say who that is, but I cannot find them on my list. So Tommy Carroll. I couldn't. My eyes did not see on the list.
Yeah, and the Uberman's going to get him on the outside right now. I think the Uberman's car is working really good on that higher line. See how it works for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 and 2, you're starting to see that little bit higher of a line. So now he really has to be careful coming off of turn 2 because now he's going to have a little bit different arch coming off the corner, and you really have to watch that gray area to where it's too high and your tires start spinning coming off of turns 2. Got to be careful.
See, he's going really high there, though. He's going really wide.
Getting there. He knows where he is. He knows where he is, and he's starting to get the momentum build up on that outside line, closing on the car in front of him. He has a good car right now because he's working good high and low through 3 and 4.
Let's go check back on the front. We got Cory Mott, obviously still leading. He's not too far ahead of Carlisle. It looks like he's got Carlisle and Saunders kind of knocking on his back door there, if you will.
Yeah, but Cory, remember, he's been kind of just saving the whole entire race, running that same line, running the same speed, very consistent. Cory Mott has not started racing yet. It's too early. Once we get about 5-6 laps, even I'm going to say 10 laps from now, Cory Mott's going to start stretching that lead, I think, a little bit. And right now what he wants is Carlisle to start racing him hard. So that way Carlisle burns up his stuff, and then he's just going to wave goodbye. That's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you see him right now, Cory Mott just kind of sails away. And the best thing for Cory Mott is that 91 car. Saunders starting to catch Carlisle. Those two start battling, and that's going to be the end of it. The number 1 car is going to sail off into the distance. Cory Mott, if he was smart, he would drag the brake a little bit, force everybody to punch up, and then take off.
But also, look what's been happening as well while we've been talking about Cory. Caleb, like you said, his car's coming in now. He's all the way up to P13 now as well. So his car's coming in. I mean, a little late, but his car is coming back in. That's for sure.
Yeah, and he's been pretty much following who? He's been following Mr.
Thomas,
Wolfe.
yep. I mean, he's been making passes on other people, but he's been trying to mostly follow right behind Thomas. I mean, but there is that outside line again that you said, ooh, he hits the wall a bit. But that's not, it didn't slow him down. It didn't slow him down, though. He's still going strong right now. The outside line's helping him, obviously, and he's right side by side with Lawson. He has Johnson right in front of him. I mean, do you think we see a Tipton top 10 at this point, it feels like? I mean, dare I say?
Only spots, and you see Wolfe's car is starting to come right in, and Burnett is in front of him. He's going to be the next victim. The 22 car is starting to move forward a little bit. He's getting a little faster, and that top 6 or 7, they're starting to come in a little bit.
Yeah.
And Cory Mott, he's got about a half-second lead, and he likes seeing that. He wants to see those cars get side by side. Once those cars get side by side, I think you're going to see Cory Mott step on it.
And it looks like we also had a crash that avoided the caution happening, but it looks like Cody had something happen, but luckily he was able to make a caution happen. But he smacked into Tommy there, and that's why there was no caution. He sent it inside to the road right there. That's why there was no caution. Because he wasn't even on the track in the way.
Oh, what a tough break.
But it looks like Tommy's also moving. But look at that. Caleb's now locked onto the bumper of Mike. Well, he did for a bit there, but I think he's just. I think that outside line is just Caleb's bread and butter right now. Is what it is. As he makes an easy pass on Mike and almost no, never mind. I think. Yeah, and on Richard, he made a double pass just there, as you just saw.
Yep,
we're at 23 laps to go, and yeah, I mean,
once the track starts going off that outside line,
the only other thing I can think of is if a caution happens, that Caleb could even maybe get even more positions if a caution happened, because he could
bunch up the field and give him another chance. Now, Caleb, his car is working very well. Right now, you see him running that lower line. He's passing cars on the outside line.
But so the saving line is the inside, saving line for him is to obviously go inside, but when he needs to make the pass, absolutely send it to the outside.
I would really love to see a caution to bunch everything up right now, because that 69 car, he has a really good race car right now.
He has a chance. If a caution happens, he has a chance. Oh, yeah, he is, 100%. You can see he's getting up there. I mean, he's only about, if we pull up the battle box, I think he's only about, he's less than a second behind from Thomas there.
Oh, he's catching him, and you see Wolfe getting side by side on that other car that just touched
Allen,
the outside walls. But everybody's pushing harder, and you might see a caution.
I mean, if these guys, how hard they're pushing, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they're getting racy. They're going 3 wide, all that stuff. I mean, Caleb would love to see that happen, because obviously it means he could get positions, but what he wants to see is that happen, but him not get caught up in it.
Yeah, he really needs something to help him catch up right now, and once he catches him, it's going to be really good. One heat cycle. He's
been gaining time. He's only half a second behind. He was only a half a second behind Allen. No, even less than that now, actually, because Caleb locked onto Steven.
Yeah,
he's up there. He is made. The caution would absolutely shake things up for him, I think. Because look at that. He's making moves. He's all the way up to 8th, about to be 7th if he catches Allen.
Not only that, is if a caution comes out, everybody else is going to have one more heat cycle than he is on his tires. That's not a good thing. It's good for Caleb, but not
good for everyone else. Exactly.
It could help Caleb, and it would hurt everybody else, and he's using that outside line.
Holy cow!
Well, he's getting so close to that outside wall. He is pushing as hard as he can to move forward.
Look at that.
Now, he's ripping.
And there's a caution!
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. Let's see what happened to Ben here, though. The 12 came down and just killed him. Luckily...
We've seen that a couple of times, haven't we, from that 12 car?
I think so,
yeah. But it's going to be...
oh, my gosh.
Go to the water.
But that's...
Go to the water and be busy.
I think that's going to upset upset the field, like you said, because, I mean, if I look at the top 10 right now for stint length as well, let me switch it to pit strategy so that way... I mean... Everyone else has been out. Wow. Look at that. Everyone's coming in. Even Caleb. Everyone is.
Whoa.
Literally the entire
lap. Let me tell you something right now. I will be shocked. If these guys make it the rest of the way without a caution flag. Everybody's going to have fresh tires. Everybody's going to have cold tires.
The only person that stayed out is Ben.
Right now.
Ben stayed out. Is Caleb going to get a good position on coming back out? Looks like he's going to get about 9th, looks like, for where he comes out on pits. But Lawson stayed out.
Yeah, and that's, you know what, that's going to hurt him because Cory Mott came in, so it ain't going to take long to get past that 3 car, and he's going to be a sitting duck. And
Caleb is back into 8th, so he moved down a position, but I think, like you said, I think Lawson, he's going to lose his position because he stayed out. So,
Yeah. So 15 laps to go. I think Lawson.
I mean,
Hopefully, I'm wrong. But with those older tires, he might be the caution that is going to break up everything.
and the thing is, as well, is yes, everyone else is on new tires, but I mean, did you see how well Caleb was doing on new tires? I mean, yes, again, everyone else is also on new tires, but we saw how well he could do on new tires. I mean,
Yeah.
I almost wonder if it's not going to matter that everyone else came in for tires as well. I mean, I don't want to put that much pressure on Caleb, but just the way he was driving, it feels like he could still get some position gains just because his car does so good on fresh tires.
Fresh tires last so long. And he has a good car. If the way he was driving, high, low, he could go anywhere. He was doing it on the fresh tires. Now he has those fresh tires. It's going to definitely help everybody else. But with the way his car is handling, everybody else better be ready because that
for sure,
69 car is a coming.
Oh, he is. I mean, it could be quite the upset if he can come from being a lap down to potentially winning the whole thing. That would be quite the upset, I would say. I mean,
the fact that he's in 8th spot right now, he's a fan favorite. So
yes,
I mean, that's why he's voted in. He's one of the nicest guys in the garage area. Every time you meet up in there.
Also,
and
apparently Cameron has a broken toe link. So Cameron's out. Apparently he got a broken toe link.
Who was that?
Mr. Romano. Apparently he has let us know in the chat that he got a broken toe link. So Cameron is out apparently.
Yeah, well, that's tough.
Let's see, where does he go? Ooh, I believe, did he just go up top with Paul?
Yes,
I believe he's the. Is that the fourth? Is he the fourth car back? I believe. Yeah,
I like.
He is. He's the fourth car back now.
The way he was handling on that outside top line, this is going to be good to watch.
Oh, he's right behind Paul, too.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that 3 car is in that lane, and that 3 car is going to look like he is pulling a tree stump. So he's going to get whatever jump he has, it's going to evaporate almost immediately because of those newer tires.
Go green right now. I mean, no. That jump, any jump he had was immediately gone. Yeah.
See you right up.
Yeah. He's immediately got people going around him.
Let's see what Cory Mott has. Let's see how good he has it right now. And I'll tell you what, Cory Mott.
Whoa, we got people going all over the place.
Now.
I mean, oh, Caleb, you got to be careful there going on the outside, man. You got Steven right on your outside. Careful now.
Be careful back there, Caleb.
Oh, I think I just saw. No, I didn't. I thought I saw a car go off. Never mind then.
I tell you what, a top 10 finish for that 69
car.
Look at that.
There goes
a victory tonight.
There goes, Ben is falling back. Yeah, no, that was what we expected with him being on older tires. So,
yeah,
but look at him going. He's trying. He's trying those outside lines. Oh!
Cross right in front of him, and it's the 3 car.
He hit Allen there as well, but he did. Yeah, I did see him smack into Allen, but I don't think that was. I don't think he. I think Allen wrecked himself there. Like, yeah, no.
Caleb comes off the wall. Oh man.
I don't know if that's gonna be on Caleb though. Honestly, I mean, I feel like that Allen came up on him.
The 3 car, and that's kind of just one of those.
I think Allen came up into him. I feel like. See, it looked like to me like he came up into Caleb. Honestly.
Well, he's trying to get through the corner, and Caleb's trying to avoid a wreck. No, he's actually turning down, and then he kind of
Yeah,
does
to
creep
get away
back.
from Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad I don't have to make that
Because
decision.
I feel like, I feel like he was trying to
But
avoid
the
Nick.
problem is what happened to the 3 car that caused this wreck? So if the 3 car self spins, then that's kind of like a search without a warrant. It ain't going to hold water. You know, you have a self spin that caused another wreck. So I think you might see the 3 car get the
You mean
penalty.
the 22? Because that was Mr. Vasquez. So
Oh, was it Nick who spun?
yeah, it was Vasquez. See, I'll go back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was the 3 car that spun.
I'll go
Oh,
back.
my bad.
I'll go back real quick and see if we go. Where is he at, Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Vasquez?
No, it's the 22 car. Yep. I'm sorry. And you know what? Is that Wolfe who got loose underneath? No,
No, that's
Carlisle got loose
Carlisle.
coming off that. Carlisle got loose coming off the corner as well. So those new tires, I told you the new tires, they don't work until you get a couple of laps on them. Now you're going to have a 5-lap shootout. We
I'm
still
curious to
may.
see. Still may have.
We still may have a green-white checker, or 2, or 3.
I am curious to see where Gordon puts that if he does. Oh, Caleb did get a drive-through on that, even though that I don't feel like that was his fault though. But I mean,
well, you know what? I can definitely see that, and I'll tell you why. As much as I love Caleb, you know, he made an aggressive move that took out the other car. I mean,
yeah, but
it's
I mean he was
I
avoiding
completely
22 though.
completely understand that, but the way he came down was extremely aggressive, even though he was trying to avoid the wreck. And you know, hey, that's a tough call, but I have to tell you, I support Gordon the Warden on that one as much as I love Caleb. He pulled an aggressive move that I believe the rule states on aggressive rules like that is if it's too hard of a move and you take out somebody else, it's kind of like avoidable because you didn't have to do that extreme move in order to get out of the way of the wreck. So kind of it's a tough call, but I'm not surprised at that one as much as I love my boy Caleb. But yeah, you know, that was a real aggressive move on the replay, avoiding the 22 car. And even though the 22 car self-spun, it was one of those things, you know, and I kind of thought maybe, you know, the 22 car self-spun, maybe that would be where it lies, but that can't be ignored either. So you might see the 22 car. I don't know if he got the EOL for the self-spin. No, he did not. Nope. Okay, so it was just that. Okay, I can see that, you know, and sorry, Caleb, love you, brother, but you know, I love the guy, but yeah, you know, unfortunately, that's the way it is, and with 4 laps left, you know, it's going to be real difficult, but trying to get a pass-through penalty done on this track, you know, you're going to go down a lap, unfortunately, so the night is over for the 69 car, and lights are off. The pace car. We're side by side. Cory Mott has chosen the outside line, and look who is in second spot. Where did he come from?
But look who's right behind him,
Green flag.
and right behind Cory.
Yeah, so this is going to be tough, and Cory Mott gets a great jump, and you know what? Wow. See you later, Cory Mott.
Yeah.
See you in victory lane, sir. Look at this. Almost three wide behind him. These guys are getting really squirrely right off the bat, but they're going to calm down a little bit here. But Cory Mott running that same consistent line he's been running all night long. is going to take us down to 2 laps to go. Those guys are battling behind him, and that's exactly what he wants to see. They're slowing each other up, like he's taking off. He's getting ready to come take the white flag.
Yep. I wonder. I don't know if anyone will pass him though. I mean, it seems like he's kind of got this locked down though. And now we can't have any more cautions. So.
Nope. This is the final lap of the race. This is it. Now Cory Mott is finally racing. This is him pushing it.
And that's 2 cars out. But again, we don't get cautions now. It's white flag, so that doesn't happen. So it is stuck how it is. And it looks like Cory Mott is going to win. That was... Wow! That was... Oh, did you see that? Thomas dove to the inside hard there to see if he could maybe get a bit lucky.
Look
that
at
was...
how much he lost by.
Oh, my gosh.
6/100th of a second. 6/100th of a second.
Let me see if I can do anything on this.
What?
Let me go back real quick and see if I can. Let me see if I can go back and see that real quick. So it was what on.
Wait till Cory sees what just happened.
It was this lap right here. Yeah, it was this right here. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. Let me see if I can move my camera. Actually, one second. Let me do this. Let me do a different camera. One that maybe I can actually get. Any one that I can do that. There we go. That one works. There we go. I'm gonna have to make my UI a bit bigger, guys, so I can see what I need to mess with here. But I want to zoom this zoom this out a bit.
It looked closer than that, but right there is 6/100th of a second. That is a close race. That is close race. I told you the last couple of laps are going to be a good one.
Yeah, like that.
That's it right there.
I mean, he dove down. You see right there, he tried to dive down. I guess maybe I think he could pull off maybe some lucky move there, but alas, no. Cory won by, I mean, barely, but. Looks like Caleb still came home with an 8th, so that's good for him at least. I don't know if he actually had to serve a black flag. It seems like he actually just came home with an 8th. So,
well, we've got Cory Mott in the podium finishes area. We've got Zack Saunders. Let's talk to Zack while we wait for. Oh man, now we got everybody joining in. There's Mr. Wolfe who gave us. Wow!
And do remember that there was money on the line. So Cory just went home with $30, and Thomas went home with 20, and Saunders went home with 10. So let's see, where is Mr. Oh, let me get. Wait, where's my results? There they are. Had to get the thing. Had to find the thing. Hide the tire real quick. Hide the good old driver details there. And yeah, there's the. Results, obviously.
Well, we must have a big inclusive podium this evening because we've got about 7 drivers in the podium finish area.
But yeah, let's grab Zack first. Obviously, he was the one that finished P3 there, so let's get him first then. Hey Zack, it's the guys up in the booth. You copy? Perhaps, fair enough. Good finish there with 3rd. That was a good finish.
Yeah, talk about working hard for that one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Just, I had a really fast car. Just some unfortunate luck, and then some more unfortunate luck trying to stay on the lead lap or get the lead lap back, and having an issue with the 8 car out of 2, but. Managed to get back on the lead lap, the caution after, and drove back up through the field to 6th before another one came out, and that was really what I needed was caution when I got back up here. So, just managed to hold on to the car. That was it. I needed to loosen the car up, center off to really have anything for Cory or Thomas. It was just so hard to pass. Once you got in front of someone, they had to really wear their tires out, and you made a big move or you set the move up 3 laps prior, just getting the run. So it was definitely challenging, definitely a fun track with these Cup cars. First time racing here, so we'll take
Yeah.
it.
How slippery was the track?
Wasn't bad for me. It was bad for others.
Yeah.
I ran a tighter set to offset that. I knew it would do that just because these things are naturally loose. So I was able to come out of the corners fairly good during the day. I just needed a little bit more rotation for at night to really have something for Cory to even try to make a move or get to his bumper or anything like that. But yeah, just had a fun time racing with the guys.
Cory was running incredibly consistent tonight. He didn't even start pushing his car until 5 laps to go.
I beg to differ, but it's okay.
Yeah.
When me and Xander caught back up to him, you could tell his tires were hurting because he didn't pull back away like he should have.
Yeah.
But I mean, we was all on older tires, so it's whatever. I mean,
Well, you have a better angle than we do.
yeah, down here on the track. Yeah, definitely he was. If we didn't get that one caution, Xander probably would have won. He would either moved me or got by me and done the same thing to Cory. So,
Yeah.
kind of glad that worked out the way it did.
Yeah, you had a good comeback race there at the end, and it's really good to see you have a good finish for the actual work you had to do tonight.
Yeah, ran really good in the first stage, and then just some bad luck in that second stage, and just managed to monotonously come back up through the field, and we'll take a P3.
Yeah, I would definitely be proud with the P3. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
Yep.
All right, so let's bring up Mr. Come Out of Nowhere, Thomas Wolfe.
Sure. Come out of nowhere, Thomas Wolfe. All right. And we got Thomas Wolfe up here with us now.
Tommy, where did you come? Like 10 laps ago, you were a lap down.
Yeah, I got a black flag because I drove through I think 10 stalls. I came around the bend there. I just had no clue that my pit stall was still so far away, so shot myself in the foot again. I got out though. I was able to get out just behind the leader, so I just had to pass Cory again, get back on the lead lap, and then we got a caution, so I was able to work my way back up.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, he got his lap back, not even really a hard way, since you were already at the front of the pack whenever you came back out anyways. So,
yeah, that was pretty fortunate there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a great car most of the night. You were definitely one of the ones that we thought were going to win this race. And, Zack said that Cory was burning up his stuff. What did you think? Do you think that he was really burning up, or do you think he was kind of cruising most of the night?
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the guys were pushing when we had long green flag runs into the stages. I think I was able to check out 2 seconds or 2.5 seconds. So it seemed like a lot of the guys were kind of late apexing, which was not great for the tires here. So yep, I agree with Zach's assessment there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the exit of turn 2, everybody knows that it's kind of tricky. A lot of times, a little bit of a bump that'll kind of send you sideways. How bad was that tonight?
It was a little sketchy. There's a bump on the high side too. So if you have a lot of speed carrying through there and you hit that, the car gets off the ground, which is always kind of sketchy. But if you're riding the yellow line there, the setup I had, at least it wasn't too bad. It's kind of good for timing too, to get into a rhythm, to get back on throttle too. But yep.
Nice. Well, You came back a couple of times and you raced hard all night. Short one spot, but you made a statement tonight, so we could tell that you weren't joking around with some of these new guys that were running well. You guys seemed at the end of this just kind of push them aside and let them know that you were the boss of the league. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations on an awesome P2.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, coming to the end there, I just realized that I was running on a lap, so really had no point to kind of just save or drive soft anymore. So it's just all out. But yeah, welcome to the new guys. Better get used to it.
I also forgot to mention this to Zach, but I forgot that the top three were earning money courtesy of Garth on this race. So you got $20 because of that second place win, actually.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't even think it's $20 in iRacing. It's just $20 he's going to send you on Venmo. So it's just cold hard cash.
Yeah, but I mean, after taxes, like, what are we talking? So
Well, on Venmo, but
I
guess it just depends on how.
Taxes, you owe money.
I guess it just depends on how it goes on Venmo, but yeah.
Yeah, hopefully he sent it to my Swiss bank. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, just don't get too excited. You still have a few more months on your contract for OnlyFans, so you're gonna have to get to work and pay
Oh
off
my
what money
God.
you owe in taxes.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. Oh God. Well.
Yeah. Well, but congratulations on a second place finish, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for broadcasting.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh,
All right. One more guy we got to bring up here.
Well, I mean, we also probably got to talk to Caleb if we can talk to him after we talk to Cory, just because I feel like Caleb deserves it after the night he pulled around there.
Does.
Like, oh my God.
He definitely does.
Yeah, let's get Cory up here.
Cory up here.
And there's the man himself, Mr. Mott.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Oh, hey. You had a great car most of the night. Seemed like you were cruising around and just waiting for the end of this thing, and then you showed your true colors, man. Am I wrong? Did you win last night as well?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, back to back. So.
Yeah, I was correct. So you've had a pretty good week.
Yeah. I mean, with how close I've been every single race this season, dude. Like this finally, like I don't know, like it was good. It was really good. I mean, I led the last almost 100 laps of the race. I led like the last 15 to 20 laps of the race last night. So like, not only was I in the race and winning the race, but like I was a dominant figure in the race, so like I just super happy right now. Honestly, this been so close so many times this season. So yeah, just really happy to not, I know like I was probably locked into the playoffs, right, without a win, being the points leader, but like having that security now is like a huge weight lifted off your shoulders, because now you can run for playoff points and stages. You can you can run your strategy differently. Like you don't have to be on the strategy to win the race every time. So that's really big. It really is going to change how I run like the street course and everything. So
now, because of what number you run in the other league, I'm going to take a little shot. After winning 2 races, is Mrs. Mott going to allow you to wear your Jeff Gordon PJs to bed now?
I got my Ross shirt on right now. No, I don't think I'm going to take I put this on because it was like one of the only clean things. I normally don't like to wear Ross stuff when I'm racing, but I guess it worked tonight.
Fair enough.
Yeah, well, it seems like, past couple of races, you've really had a great job as far as saving your equipment. I've commented a lot about how I've been burnt by you because you saving the equipment, and I can't do that. And I thought that you were just kind of running the same line most of the night, and then at the end, you just had your car had just worked into it perfectly, and you just ran away from everybody.
Yeah, I was tight. I needed another click at the end. I opted not to because my car was feeling good at the end of the race, and then I was like, oh, I'm kind of tight, and Zach and Xander caught me right before that last caution came out. And I was like, it's over. I overcooked my stuff. I didn't overcook my stuff. My car was too tight. I left the operating window of the tires and they started leaving me. And then the caution came out and I was like, do I make the adjustment? And I didn't, and it almost costed me. I mean, Thomas was like inches away from me, right?
Yeah, he was 0.06 away at the end there.
Yeah,
So he was.
So I didn't. I earned that one. I was like, I'm so tight, but I am pinning this to the floor. I am not letting go because this is my one shot to win.
I believe the answer. The thing is, I'm not stopping until I see God or checkered flag.
Yeah,
and,
I'm not lifting until I see God or the checkered flag. I embodied that for the last quarter of a straightaway on Iowa there, and honestly, I'm just so happy that it worked out because, it's so hard to get a win in this league, dude. It is so hard to get a win in this. There's so many skilled drivers out there. There's 15 guys that can win a race on any given night. Alan Phillips was fast today. Steven was fast today. Thomas definitely had the best car on the track. It was incredible racing, and I felt like everyone that I raced around up there in the top 5 for most of the night could have won the race tonight, and it just so happened to work out in my favor when Ben stayed out, and I was able to get around him and clear him, and then everything else just worked in my favor. So
yeah, and I don't know. You probably didn't notice this since obviously you were at the front, but Caleb also had a good night. The man pulled from being lapped down to getting up to at least 7th. Before a caution came out at one point, because he was on such newer tires that he was just like a rocket.
Flying.
Yeah, I heard a lot about a lot of people just because the strategy is just so mishmashed. Tonight, people did a lot of different things. Steven got the stage win. I think that was his first stage win of the season. So that's great for him. On a strategy call, they followed me down pit road. I made the wrong choose cone, and Cody and Steven got the positive out of that. It's honestly, there was just so many good cars, and it was such a fun race. So I'm really glad that of all races, I got to win one that was this close.
And you got $30 from Garth.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that too. Well, actually, I got $50 because Thomas gave me his, but he's donating his for a race sponsorship. So.
Oh, nice, awesome. Well, I tell you what, Tommy made a move at the last second, diving below you, and all of a sudden, we thought you had it in the bag, and then all of a sudden it was uh-oh.
He died.
He came real quick.
Yep. It was scary, man. I didn't know for a second. I had to wait, and then it was a loud scream. So
yeah.
He died. We were watching. We were like, oh, it was just
It was a great finish. So this is going to be a good one to watch. This you definitely have got to watch the ending of this race. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch the broadcast back tomorrow while I'm at work. Honestly, just incredible. Honestly, just incredible. I'm just so I don't know what it is about these short tracks, man. I was never a short track racer, but I won North Wilkesboro in the All-Star race. I would have won Gateway if I was just a little more patient, and now I won Iowa. I guess I'm just a short track racer after all. I guess that's just what it is.
Yeah, well, this is kind of it's kind of a short track. It's under a mile, but the speeds that you get here and the speed you can carry through the corners, it's not really a short track. But
yeah, it's definitely more equitable to Richmond. It's Richmond with wider corners.
Yeah, and I've been looking forward to this race all year long in the other series and stuff. And I don't know if you heard, but I broke my wheel. I'm going to be out for a while, and I'm so bummed about that because this is the one track that I absolutely love to race on.
Yeah.
So, it's great to see you win, man. Now you're definitely locked in. You can have a little more fun. You can race a little bit harder now.
Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing is I can make different choices, like with this weight off of my shoulder. Like I took this 55-pound dumbbell and just threw it out the window that was just sitting on top of my head every time I sat down on my computer, like for a race. And I was telling Thomas, this was the first week this season outside of the Daytona 500 that I take that back. This is the first week since Phoenix that I ran like A Opens and like official races. So I don't know if that had something to do with it, just because I was a little more comfortable going into the race. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just awesome, man. I love this track, and I'm really happy it's on the schedule, and I hope it stays.
Yeah, it was. This was a fun race to call. It really was. It was pretty clean racing. Gordon still was busy. Gordon might need a hug at the end of this race. He's got a lot of tough calls.
There was a lot of racing incidents from what I heard. So
yeah, we're gonna have a little controversy. We already have a couple of topics, so the after chat is gonna be a lot of fun this week.
It's not the MCRL if we don't have after chat.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
How many tickets we gonna get this week?
I can tell you we have one right now. Oh, nope, never mind. We have 0.
Oh.
It was closed.
Oh, okay. Well,
wait,
then.
maybe not. Oh no, I didn't join it yet. There it is. Oh wait, no, it is. It is closed. Gordon and Nick hashed out their differences.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Already done. So, well, we'll see what happens next week. Where are we next week?
New Hampshire.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's right.
I told you that was. We have.
It's another short track, so I guess I'm probably gonna win. I don't know.
It's another long. It's another.
Listen.
Race.
I'm just surprised as everybody else that I'm up there because I used to like just run away with the 1.5 miles, but it seems like now the short tracks are where I shine. So I don't know.
It's
I don't know,
200
man.
laps, so
That's a lot of confidence. Now, New Hampshire definitely is not the same as this track. Definitely does not have the speed to the corners. So I think next week is actually kind of a track that might suit your driving, Cory, because it's kind of a Savers driver.
Saver strategy.
I will be honest with you. I've never been good at this track.
I don't even have that track, so.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes because I'm definitely gonna put some practice in this week with an NIS because I don't think I'm good here.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who is good here. This is
Zack Saunders, Mike Burnett, and Thomas Wolfe will be good there. You can always count on them to be in the top 5 every race.
Yeah. Well, how about some of these new guys that we have? This Richard Chirri guy that showed up.
Yeah, Richard was there yesterday. He's good. I ran with Richard. I worked a lot with him last night in the Nextel race. He's a good driver. And Brian Messer as well. We're running the same setup. So now me and our team at Top Tier and Brian are the only guys running Team Conti. So.
Oh,
he could be good.
To be working. So, I mean, now how do you pronounce? Is it Chirri?
Richard Chirri. I don't know. I think he is Hispanic or Iberian. I don't know which. I know he speaks Spanish as his primary language. He is from Florida, so I would imagine that his family is of Hispanic descent.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to. I'm from New England. I can't do Spanish, so we're gonna have to get We're gonna have to talk to him.
I'm sure there's a
somehow
nice
and get
R
the
roll in there
pronunciation.
that us Americans can't pronounce, like Chirri or something like that, you
Yeah,
know.
we
But
just can't
either
get the
way,
tongue roll.
either way, he's a great driver. Worked with him a lot last night, and it looks like he had a nice top 5 today. So excited for the rest of the season for him as well.
Yeah, he was very impressive. Very impressive. So very clean driver too. So it's good to have him in the MCRL.
Yeah. I'm happy with that. We're still getting some guys through here.
Yep. So and the league's going to keep growing. It always does, And I told you before, I believe in this league. I have a lot of fun here, so I have a lot of fun in the booth, and so this is going to be a fun race to watch, and you're going to like this one. It was a good one.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have fun watching myself do good for once. It's always refreshing. I know I'm at the top of the standings, but there's been some times during the season where I've had a lot of self-doubt.
You're not the only one that doubts someone. I doubt myself sometimes in trucks, but
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Cory, man. Have a good night. And next week, get practicing and see if you can do the 3-peat.
Yeah. That'd be cool, though.
Well, let's see. I have the opportunity because I'm still under 1900 as of right now, so I can race ARCA. I could go for the 3-peat at Kansas on Sunday.
Yeah.
You can race under my name if you want because, like I said, I'm going to be out for a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully you get back on the saddle soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to figure out how long it's going to take me to send everything back and get it back. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for you guys for doing this, and thanks to my teammates. Sam was here until he wasn't, and Zach had a tough race. My dad had some issues, so glad that we could get this back for top tier. And thanks to Monster for coming on the car for an off week of Busch since Cody took the Busch sponsorship. So you'll see a lot of them next year once we head over to Toyota. So they decided to hop on for a race today. So that's real awesome. Glad to add a second winter sticker to the car moving forward, and we're going to push for the playoffs.
Yes, and a playoff that you are definitely 100% locked into now.
Yep, now we're just here to gain points.
Yeah, so congratulations, Cory.
I gotta outpace Nick for playoff points with his 3 wins. Although I do get a ton if I stay in first. I think it's like 15 points for first place in the regular season standings. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Well,
if it comes down to Phoenix, you won't see me there because I'm terrible there. I will be in the back of the pack.
Well, I'll show you how to be in the back of the pack. So
yeah, I can't figure that track out. It's those slow corners, man. It's the same thing with New Hampshire. Anything that has corners that are under 100 miles an hour just make my brain melt. So anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for doing this as always, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
All right, have a good one.
I see Caleb still sitting there waiting for us. I'm going to go ahead and pull this man up here because he's been...
Now, let me tell you something right now. Did you hear what Cory said? Cory said now he can kind of like take the gloves off.
Yeah.
He can kind of relax a little bit. I don't know if we're going to see like a JoJo Siwa type change, with the black makeup and all, becoming a bad girl type thing or not. But, it's going to be interesting to see how Cory goes into the next couple of races. He says he struggles at New Hampshire and at Phoenix. So, this being locked into this race, it really could help him a lot. 2 bad races, he could fall deep into the pack.
Yeah. But one second, I'm going to pull this man
Where's
up here.
Caleb?
Yeah.
I'm Jimmy Johnson.
There he is.
There's the man. But yeah, bro, oh my gosh, Caleb, you went from a lap down to absolutely, making on that one part before the caution came out, I think you got like so many positions on people. It was,
I think like twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were up to like 7th before that caution I think come out. It was or something like that. Like, oh my.
Yeah, I had to pop an emergency restroom break because it was just God. Black shit.
But yeah, no, I mean, and I know you mentioned you're like, oh, that 30 would have been nice, but yeah, did you remember the stipulation that Garth had said that since you were the fan favorite of the race, that if you won it, he was just going to give you the whole 60?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't get that lucky. No, there's always something.
Well, I'll
hey.
tell you what, Caleb, I gotta apologize to you because I wrote you off when you went a lap down. I was like, he's run out of time. He's not going to make it
don't
back.
count
You
him
got on
out.
that lead lap.
Yeah.
Also, you started taking off, and it was like, hold on, that
I mean,
outside
like
line was coming in for you.
I'm telling you, the outside is kind of where I feel at home.
Well, that was very apparent.
I impressed myself tonight. I was like, holy hell, where did all this speed come out? Passing everybody.
You were
flying.
We kept watching, and you made a pass on like 2 people. It was like, holy cow, you just passed 2 people like they were nothing. What the?
Yeah, it went right around them on
was
the
definitely
outside.
A long run setup because I realized that after like where the car was feeling.
Yeah, but well, I mean that was very apparent.
I was listening to your guys' reactions to half the stuff I was doing on that track.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was really cool to watch. This race is gonna be watched a few times from a lot of people.
I'm gonna go watch this back.
Plus,
Do you watch anything else with me? I felt like you guys were glued to me there.
Plus, were we?
We kind of were,
but it was because you were making moves. It was like you were making. I mean,
I know.
I don't want to hear no one complain. It was because you were making moves, man. I don't want to hear no one complain. Like, but also
you were impressive though. You could tell you were having more fun out there than normal. So you were rocking and rolling. It was a lot of fun to watch.
And I know he said this in the chat, but obviously Caleb mentioned that with this race, he's up down to 11th in points. So I mean,
inching up.
You're getting
spot by spot.
Hey, I mean that's better than obviously being outside of the cutoff in points. It's better to be up there, even if it's inching up bit by bit. I mean, because that you're
close there on the playoff points, but
you're getting ever so closer to locking in. I mean, you're not ever so closer. You are locked in, just minus needing to actually get a win. I think otherwise, otherwise I think you are pretty much in for the playoffs. I believe. Otherwise,
I don't think I caught what Cory and y'all were. I think y'all mentioned me in that one interview with Cory just now, but I think short tracks are feeling pretty good. Besides me with the road courses, I feel I do great with.
Yeah,
and then here I was like, not so bad.
Yeah, no, Cory was mentioning how he usually was not a short track guy, but yet all of a sudden he's like came around and just absolutely started just killing it at short tracks, which is completely opposite of what he normally is like.
Yeah, because that win at Martinsville with the Gen 4 cars amazed me because like, how did I do that? I don't know where I usually don't win. It's kind of normal. I'm usually like mid to maybe second place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know that I've gotten a lot better with the Gen 4 car, and it's because of tips that I've got from somebody who was a real driver who I happened to bump into on iRacing one night. And so they helped me out a lot with a lot of different things. And come to find out, I drive so deep into the corners, I'm surprised I haven't hit the Titanic yet. So,
hey, I noticed you were getting pretty good with them Gen 4 cars. They're fun to drive, especially. I don't think you were there, but we did a little fun Pocono race with the Gen 4 cars, and they felt fantastic there.
Yeah, they were very popular this week. I don't know if you heard, but I actually broke my steering wheel, so I'm going to be out for a while.
You were there, were you?
Yeah, I had a tough week, man.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, it's I have a Fanatec, and with everything going on with them with the buyout, and I just gotta. Yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna be, so
would love to.
We'll see what happens.
Future. We'd love to have you back on that track, dude.
Yeah, I will. I don't know what I'm going to do for an upgrade. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for an upgrade yet. So, I mean, plus I got to come up with a pretty good lie to tell my wife. But
I was about to say, I was like, you're going to have to somehow get that past the wife.
Add on this. Don't look at the original price.
It's like, don't look at the bank statement. What? Huh?
No.
I blame my addiction to iRacing completely on Adam Johnson.
Oh.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's
that's
all his
fair.
fault.
I blame Vince Mitchell, the Rabbit Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I happened to watch. It actually wasn't even Adam. I got a notification on his YouTube channel that somebody was going live, and it was a friend of his on his iRacing rig, and I was watching. I'm like, "What are you doing?" I had no idea it even existed, and now I don't even want to tell you how many dollars later, but because my shed might be bugged. But yeah, I'm addicted, and now my wheel is broken. And because my wheel is broken, and my wife knows it, she's come up with about 12 projects for me to do. So hopefully, I can find something real quick.
Yeah, it's way better when I don't look at the bank statements about how much I've spent on iRacing, especially with the setups.
You know, that's exactly what Austin's dad told us earlier in the chat.
Oh my
He
gosh,
hopes
you got
that his wife
these-
does not check the bank statements
these lies that are popping up are wild.
So,
Slander,
you know, I
really.
think it's Austin covering for your dad.
Yeah, I'm saying it's like don't break down. No.
You know, we're not talking about a couple of $100 here. We're talking a lot of money that he spent on his
Thing is,
rig.
though, if that was true, she would be able to see it because I know where his setup is. He ain't hiding it if he did that. I'm telling you that now. Yeah, he ain't hiding it.
I don't know if my camera will work on here, but I can just expose my setup near my rig. The only thing I'm running is just this.
Oh my! It's just
My
a
dad-
lot. It's a he. Okay, no, I got 1 second. I gotta get the broadcast showing this. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. This is wild. 1 second. Where's my thing? I got 1 second. Let me get the freaking results off the screen here so I can show this. I gotta show this because this is wild. What I'm seeing here. That this is apparently.
What is...
This is where the magic
Are
happens.
you
This is where I get
kidding me?
the speed. So this wheel was bought by my dad for like $400. I bought the stick for it. He built the stand for it like years ago, and that's where the speed comes from. This actually snapped. I put some wood glue on it like a couple weeks ago, and yeah, that's me.
Man, I spent more money on my setup than the Kardashians do on plastic surgery, and you're still like half a second faster than me everywhere we go.
That is crazy.
Sheer will and determination is what usually gets me where I need to go.
That's all that was. Wow, that's basically a wood version of what I have essentially.
Oh man,
It's done me pretty good, as you can obviously see with the results.
Yeah,
upgrade wouldn't be so bad. I was considering the Moza wheels and maybe a slightly less clunky stand. As much as I've loved this thing for years, it's a little spacey for this corner. I don't have a whole lot of room as you can see.
I will say the stand that I have is nice because it obviously has that part where it holds the chair. So like your chair's wheels would be held in place, which I'm sure. Well, so it'd be the front too, but I'm sure that would be a nice thing to have so that your chair's not.
This chair ain't so bad. It's a carpet. It has a massage feature too, so my lower back I can just plug it into the PC.
Okay,
what?
That's wild.
Oh my
but
God, you gotta be kidding me!
Jesus Christ!
We got some nice amenities, courtesy of some friends and loved ones.
Fair enough. But yeah, that was next week is New Hampshire.
23.
Oh man, does your mom have any sisters?
Oh God! Oh God!
That's the family. That's the family I want to be adopted into. That's giving out stuff for iRacing.
Oh no, this is courtesy of the dad, the stand, and the wheel. I bought the stick for it because I really wanted to drive stick, and I learned it on like a John Deere tractor, and then I bought that to drive as a car. But
That's crazy.
Does your dad have a John Deere tractor?
we at this old place we used to live, yes, but we recently moved, or they moved. I'm still here in Nashville. They're up somewhere in Kentucky, out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, they're nice, but I got my Kubota, so
Oh yeah,
it's all right. It's all right. I've got
but
the
definitely
dual
upgrading
cup
hardware
holders.
would be nice.
I've got the dual cup holders on my tractor. Okay, just
Ooh.
want to throw that up.
I have to hold on to whatever drink I have for dear life on that old tractor.
Jesus. Oh.
Yeah.
Now I drive stick. It's great.
Oh man. Yeah. I am so upset that I couldn't race at this track all week long. It's one of my favorites, and
I learned.
man,
I love it. Beginning, I was so great about it.
Yeah, and I will tell you this: if you do upgrade to like a Momo wheel or whatever those are, or the Fanatec, like the Moses or the Fanatec, like I do, the vibration that you get through that and the feedback is that's not going to hold it. I can tell you that much. So
no, I sometimes don't really go off of force feedback. There's some there, but I'm just so used to that, especially.
It's
road
just
courses,
that
I
if
pride
you
myself
get,
on how good I do road courses.
it's just if you get one of those better wheels, obviously the force feedback is going to kill that freaking thing. Like,
yeah, I know. That's my biggest concern is just because my luck with wrecking. It's just a matter of because with who was it, Xander with Sonoma, his wheel popped off the socket a couple times, which I was like, wow, that's gonna.
And just the dumb stuff that we do in hosted. I mean, your wheel would be absolutely killed with the crazy crashes we do.
The last 10 laps of Sonoma, my wheel was actually hanging off by one clamp that entire time. So that's where my speed just dropped because it was like sliding in my left hand, like back and forth.
Oh,
and I bent it like a few laps ago. I would have had third. I've been the highest I've ever finished in a road course. The fifth was great, but I was like, oh, God, really kicking myself in the shin for doing that.
But yeah, that's.
But I do, regardless, my biggest apologies to Alan on that. I didn't know we were 3 wide. I just saw Nick, and I was like, yeah, let's not hit that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were kind of like side by side in that area where when you're iRacing from inside the car, it's really your blind spot. So it's just, I mean, it wasn't intentional, but it was just one of those things, and so, that was a hard one to watch.
Kind of roughed up some people, but it's like I just can't be that person to just bin somebody like that intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
It just hasn't been for a while. Yeah, no,
it's. I don't think that it was looked upon that way, and it was totally can tell that it was accidental. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. By the time I was like avoiding him, looking to my left, Alan was already there, and I didn't realize Zach was there at the same time, and so it just became a NASCAR sandwich.
Yeah.
And I already ate, and I wasn't hungry.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, we got New Hampshire next week. Other than that is basically it for the night, though.
New Hampshire.
You're not going to do New Hampshire?
No, I haven't ran the track.
I was saying I don't even own it, so I'm going to have to own it so I have it to be able to mess with the cameras on it. So.
Oh, my girlfriend straight up bought me the entire season of the track, so I'm a little spoiled.
I might see if Cory has any money in the budget to buy me the track, because I know he's always offered that, but I've always owned the track. So
hey, he won a few bucks, so maybe.
I know he won, but I know he's also always offered that. But the thing is, obviously, I've always owned the tracks.
Wait a minute, time out. Your girlfriend bought you all the tracks?
Yes.
Does your girlfriend's mom have a sister?
You want to rap somebody?
Wait, is she in the room?
Oh no, we've been on video call. The
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'll talk to her. Let's see if we can get some applications rolling in.
I can't believe. Hey, I live on Cape Cod. I've got a place in Florida. I build classic cars for a living. I've got a boat. Hey,
That sounds like you're checking all the boxes there. I mean,
yeah,
Florida's
it's not
definitely
too
a place to
bad.
be.
So if I can find a girl who has a hot rod and who also has a boat, that would be even better.
And wouldn't question when you buy thousands of iRacing stuff. I mean, what?
It's taken a toll financially, but seeing the results just on the screen, seeing like the publicity I've gotten, it's foreign to me because I'm not used to like being in a spotlight position. I'm normally used to just being the guy in the corner. I do my business and I'm like, all right, cool, and I'll skedaddle on there.
What?
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Well, you were talking like that, so I was like, nah, gotta show this man. But
no, you're fine.
but
Yeah,
no, that's fair because I mean I've kind of seen that too. I mean, I have my A class now, so I mean,
yeah.
If things work out on that stuff that was obviously in the works for the Cup series, I might be down with you down on the field on the track there with you, Caleb, next season possibly.
Next season, it's coming. It's gonna be sooner than we know.
Say it might happen.
I believe that Austin Runkle will be in this league.
2025 MCR.
I was like, whoa. It's like don't put too much on me,
folks. Firsthand from the Uberman. You got my blessing.
It's like don't put too much on me on there now. Like calm down.
I haven't payback for the commentators' curses at the beginning of the season.
I said I haven't done much cup driving, so don't put it on me there yet. I gotta do some in season 3. I just have to wait for a track that I like and that I actually might be able to do.
Hey,
so.
you better get off here and go get behind the wheel then.
I don't like. It's New Hampshire. I ain't doing New Hampshire. Maybe the week after that, because the week after that is Nashville. I'll do that, but I ain't doing New Hampshire.
We'll be down in Georgia for Nashville race, unfortunately, but we're going to try and go to the real life race. See what openings are there for that. Tickets are expensive though.
Yeah.
Wait, up here in New Hampshire?
Oh no, for the Nashville race.
Okay.
But
all right.
Yeah, so we probably better end this broadcast. We obviously went over a lot more. I mean, to the point that now the session is stopped. Like my camera's not spinning anymore. That's when you know the session is over. Because I literally.
Have you seen my little status thing when you hover over my name on the Discord list?
Yes.
Samsung refrigerator.
It's your Samsung refrigerator, yes. But yeah, that's how you know we've been on this too long. My camera stopped spinning. It's not doing stuff anymore. So that's how.
When you got everybody's favorite driver on here, it tends to the stream goes.
You also had $60 potentially online if you won, my guy. Like it was a big deal.
I'm never that lucky though. I would have been happy with $30.
Well, I'll tell you what. The fact that you came from the back and finished where you finished, that should be a victory for you, because even if your race went well and you finish in the top 10 with these guys, that's a win, man. It's when I run this series, if I finish in the top 20, I'm happy with it. So
yeah, that's where I was before. But now I'm like top. I would like third place. I won 3 races. And I was just like, I want more now. This feels great. Like hearing you guys give me like the praises all throughout that race kind of gave me like a little boost to like push the car harder, because I was sending that car as much as I could.
Yeah, sometimes you need that push to realize how far you can push the car.
Absolutely. So I saw the potential.
You learned a lesson.
A little bit through the race.
Yeah,
Yep.
so now you know how far you can push it. Now you're going to start practicing like that, and you're
Dude,
going to get
absolutely.
more consistent, faster and faster. So
You should have seen the
Come
work I was
lock
putting in for the
yourself.
practice at Sonoma. That was every day I was out there.
Well, you were voted the fan pick this week, so just think
I didn't
about what would
die.
happen
That's
if you
gotta
get
be
a
something.
win. If you get a win and lock yourself into the playoffs, that
That'd be
would be
nice.
huge.
Absolutely.
So-
That'd be like the biggest achievement I can get. If I can just get at least one win this season besides that pre-race duels win, I would be sold.
Yeah. Well, New Hampshire is a track that